What a mysterious song plays in the background. What game could it possibly be? What game could it possibly be playing? Oh, I had that open the whole time? I'm a frickin' dingle-dong.
What happened?
Nothing, Sean. It doesn't matter anymore.
Is there mayhaps a reason things were going bad?
No, but it definitely didn't need to be on. It wasn't contributing to the problems, but it probably wasn't helping. It's okay, it was just getting my ass anyways.
What?
So my unknowable setup, and I had left my VTuber head on when that wasn't the head I needed on. But it's fine, it worked out anyways, because I would have really felt stupid, because then it would have been off. But it's fine, everyone. We're here. We're definitely not late for any reason that makes me only a little salty, because it's my own fault for my ambition.
I mean, it was a beautiful dream.
It was.
I wanted it to.
Hey, this is a chat. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary, and I did a double fuck where I not only didn't get Metroid Prime VR to work, but then in the process of getting this ready as a backup, occurred to me that there's literally a new version of this game we could have played. Introduce yourself!
Hi, I'm Sean, also known as the Talking Skull, he, him, and I like Metroid Prime. This is a good video game.
Good video game, and Sean has played most of 1 and has never played 2, and the only reason why we're really playing 1 is I want him to play 2, and it's a very rare case of a sequel that I do think you should at least experience the end of the first game, because there are things that happen in the second game that happen at the end of that game that probably either A, wouldn't make sense, or B, are spoilers for the first game.
Damn. This is one of those infamous cases of, like, GameCube-era Nintendo games having just unacceptable key hunts right at the end of their games to pad for time.
Yeah. And
it's not as bad in this one as it was in Wind Waker. That one was fucking unreasonable.
Hey, to be fair, they at least learned from their mistakes, and I think they did genuinely fix it in the remaster, didn't they? Like, they severely cut it down.
They severely cut it down. I did still stop at that point during the remaster, though, when I played it. It's just so weird. It's such an odd thing that Nintendo loved to do for that small window of gaming history.
I don't know why. Also, I don't know why my start button wasn't working there for a second, but we're good now! I'm gonna make it. Don't worry about this. This was nothing. In fact, this goes into the trash. That's nothing.
Christ.
It's never to be seen again. Oh my god, I will say...
you didn't connect Metroid Fusion.
You're right, I can't play with the fusion suit now. Actually, I bet I can. Hold on. I could play... Dude, do you want the fusion suit? Do you want to play... Hey, let's play Metroid. Ah,
NES
shit!
Metroid.
God damn it. Uh-oh. Oh no!
Ancient technology.
Ah, shit! Damn it, Sean, we can't play Metroid now.
Your data link is broken. You're gonna have to get a new one.
Ah, damn. I need to beat the game, and I lost my save data that I did like a billion years ago. This is actually the first time I played Metroid in like 4 years, I think? Not any Metroid, come on now.
Well, you just said Metroid, I don't know. I do know that you played a Metroid game within the last 4 years, so it was a kind of confusing statement.
That's fair. Also, can I talk about...
I know you played Metroid Dead.
Yeah, I mean, Metroid Dead is good. I like Metroid Dead.
Dead is pretty good.
But can we talk...
It's a totally middle-of-the-road Metroid game.
Can we talk about this menu and how fucking good it is? This might be in my top menus of all time. Like, just... everything about it, the background, the way... Like, I was, like, just casually going through this, not thinking about it, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a really nice menu. Like, a really fucking nice menu. Like, astoundingly nice for the fucking GameCube. Alright. I'm done with my Tim Rogers bit. Spends too much time on the menus talking about the menus. That is a thing he does a lot. If you watch any of his his streams, he spends a lot of times in the menus just talking about the menus. It's very bizarre.
I mean, he cares about menus. He cares about UI design.
I care about UI design. That's probably... Sean, what would you say is your top... What is your top UI, top... I'm gonna say top 5 UIs.
Top 5?
I think that's too much or too little. What would make this easier?
That's so many.
Okay, top.
I don't have a UI brain very much. Let me think for a second. Top 3 UIs.
Metroid Prime just might generally have my favorite UI, just from a presentation to functionality standpoint. I don't think it's confusing, and it's cool as hell.
Yeah. Can I think of any game whose UI I care about?
Aside from,
Challenge has been thrown.
Metroid Prime, because it just has the best UI of any video game ever made. Maybe, possibly.
I like the, map in Celeste.
Yeah. Map in Celeste
It's a good UI. A lot of the UI elements with the tracking hearts and stuff are pretty good in Celeste.
Yeah, no, I'm just in Sean. All of my anger is gone because we're just playing my favorite game now. Playing my favorite game now, and it feels good to be back in a game that I've maybe played more. I don't know a game I've played more than maybe Metroid Prime in my life.
Like, in terms of most number of playthroughs, or is in total time spent?
Most number of playthroughs, maybe? Followed by maybe Wind Waker and Ace Combat 5? I played this game on repeat for an entire summer at least 3 times. At least. I loved this fucking game. All the buttons. I love... It is the golden standard for me for how to... For so many games that have suits and stuff, I just do not know why I have not played a game that feels like you are in a suit like this game does. I really can't feel... I can't think of one that gets you in the same headspace.
Yeah.
Deck Alpha. Emergency evacuation area. Current status. Environment unstable. It, kind of bridges a bit of a gap of the immersive sim. Kind of? No? No.
Not really.
Not really.
Look at that little guy. He's just a little guy.
I love him.
You killed him.
I did kill him. I killed the space rat. Lock depressurizing.
No, it's repressurizing.
Oh, shit. That's a good thing, you're right. This right here, the scanning mechanic of this game is, in my opinion, ingenious, and there's not a game that gives you a computer like this game does, and I love it.
Yeah, the scanning in this game is so great, and it's funny because, there are so many games with codecs, and none of them work the codec into the gameplay the way that this game does, and this game does it phenomenally.
Yup, and I think it helps that they're always very brief, and they're just right there.
They're always very brief, they're right there, and they often provide relevant gameplay information. which helps motivate you to like actually read them because it's like, oh, like I'm gonna learn about the setting, and also I might be taught something I need to know.
Right. So our first foe. There he is. No, the rat, he's getting away! He's getting away! I got him before he escaped. New creature. Well, you want to read the first animal?
Morphology, parasite, interstellar vermin, travel in swarms. They don't seem to travel in swarms. Indigenous to Talon 4, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups, swarming over potential prey. Such swarms can be dangerous.
I love this introduction, by the way. One, it's really short. I like how they just get you in there, and that it's all just...
There's no pomp and circumstance.
Yeah. And you have... Look at how many things you really can scan right off the bat. Like, you feel like an actual detective for it. Real good.
Yeah.
The platform does not look like it can be activated from this room. Wonderful. Really, we should be scanning the corpses? That's my favorite. As a child, this was my favorite part, was scanning the corpses.
Uh-huh. Morphology, space pirate. Status, death caused by severe flame damage to exoskeleton.
Like, it's weird. I think what helps is it's a combination of literal writing and environmental storytelling that they just do such a good job of selling.
You've played Gone Home, right?
Not yet. I need to.
We gotta play Gone Home, because it's weirdly the closest game to Metroid Prime I've ever played.
Holy shit! You get to fight aliens in that game?
No. You just read your environment.
Mm-hmm. Death caused by severing of the spinal cord. Boy, I wonder. I wonder when he died, Sean.
You can tell by his face how painful it was.
Uh-huh.
Morphology unknown. Info, high levels of radiation detected.
Ah, dude, he's got the M base, Sean!
He does.
Biohazardous material. Phase on batch 0073.A. Destination deck beta.
Biohazardous materials. Destination deck beta.
Okay. It's probably all phase on. Yep, more phase on. Help it. There's so much. Escape pod entrance. The vessel has already been jettisoned. My vocal warm-ups.
Uh-huh. Don't shoot him!
They're just space rats, Sean.
They're good boys! Species. Space pirate. Status. Weak life signs detected. Imprints of large bite marks can be seen on the exoskeleton.
Well, what a shame. And
What did he ever do to you?
he would have maybe tried to shoot me. Maybe.
Maybe.
Tail section possesses a mouth-like orifice, most likely used for birthing offspring.
I don't birth offspring out of my mouth.
Not your ass mouth?
Do you birth offspring out of your ass mouth?
No, I don't.
All-Star?
Get your game on, let's play.
Uh-huh. Escape pod launch coordinates. Talon 4, Research Command Center.
I also do appreciate that if you ever just want to rescan something, the game is like, yeah, you've already done it once, you don't gotta do it again, fat, long way. It just happened.
Yeah, it's just logged. It's a good touch.
Death caused by excessive blunt trauma to cranium. Ah, he had
Head got squish.
he had his head crushed by this massive shit.
Although this
Eh?
debris is obstructing the hallway, it looks like it can be easily removed.
It is what's happening, Silos.
And nothing else was ever the plan.
And nothing else was ever the plan. I've been wanting to play through this again, specifically with Sean, for a long time because it's one of my favorite games and I like discussing it, and it is undoubtedly going to directly inspire future works of mine. So I feel like it's something it's always good for me to revisit and be able to discuss, because one of my favorite games of all time, and it's just so well damn designed.
I have played most of this game, and I quite like it. I played it many moons ago. When are you gonna have some of those future works?
I'm working on it, okay? This is the map station. Walk into the map station holograms to download a map of the area you're in.
You wouldn't download a map.
Frigate exterior, hull stable and fully functional.
Talon 7, ground 0.
That's not a 7.
Talon
I thought you liked
ground
this game.
0, area secured. Crater radiation readings normal.
You don't even know the name of the planet?
Fuck you. I don't remember what number. I can't read. Oh, look, it's clearly whatever number Silos just posted.
Uh-huh.
Parasitic infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems of deck Gamma and Beta.
You are much braver than me. I don't even know if I want to do, like, my stereotypical robot voice, because I will die.
Oh, thank you, Silos.
Yeah.
Robot voice is a long-standing tradition in our friend group.
I know, I'm just really bad at it. And I know it hurts me more than it hurts everyone else.
Yeah, Ari, Lauren, and I are the ones who can do it really well.
Parasite queen specimens have become volatile on deck Beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. That's probably fine. Also, just animation-wise, this game's animation is fucking timeless. I cannot believe how good it animates and how good it looks. Now, what's your opinion of the map? I think that this is one of the best maps in video games for me. I love this map.
I don't remember how I felt about the map. So that'll be something that we'll have to explore as we
progress.
Because I know the map in this game is sort of a hot topic.
I love it.
But I think that it just at first blush it seems like a good, well executed 3D map, and that's not easy to do, rather.
Yeah, especially for the time it came out. Like, the only map I can compare it to off the top of my head is the Doom 2016, Doom 2016, and that map still is not even near as good as this map is. I think that this map is clunky in its own ways, but is overall much more readable than almost anything else that I can think of compared to it.
That big guy!
She's sleeping. She's looking right at me.
Snooze.
Morphology unknown. Life signs detected. This creature appears to be in a state of stasis hibernation.
I also
news.
I love that as some foreshadowing, man. That you get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see it in multiple different ways. You get to see it when it's dead, after it's killed almost everything in a room. Oh wait, we gotta scan him. What's your ailment? Severe internal damage detected. His spleen has been ripped out.
Mm-hmm.
His spleen has been ripped out. What else do you think is wrong with him, Sean?
He's holding his stomach together with a pencil sharpener.
What about you, buddy? How are you doing?
Both legs of this creature are broken.
Hey, buddy. How are you? He doesn't like me, Sean. I don't know why. He's
Just
Ow,
saying
okay.
hi.
He shot at me.
So
He was violent.
judgmental.
He was violent.
That's what they all say.
Parasite egg and pupa stage. Its tough exoskeleton protects it from its mother's acidic embryonic fluid. That's fucking metal, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's intense.
The fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation. This allows for increased production of corrosive bile.
After mutation, carapace of the larvae becomes rigid. Carapace is quite resistant, able to resist the attacks of many predators.
I was gonna make fun of the game for its repetitive writing there, but then I realized that it wasn't repetitive, you just read it wrong.
Ah! Shit. Door's been sealed.
The way is shut. Drums in the deep.
Specimen Cell B, status unknown. Rejection of phazon compounds detected.
Specimen of Cell A status, hibernation. Transference of phazon batch 0081D complete.
They transferred the phazon.
They put it into his blood. Listen, this is what happened to Godzilla, remember? I think?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's got the M base. It's the Xylians, Sean.
Specimen Cell C, rejection of the phazon compound detected.
Well, something tells me that this isn't quite working. Something tells me that their tests aren't quite working.
It didn't go great.
The coils on this ventilation cap look unstable. Yeah. So, to be able to tip the hat a little bit on what the original plan was, everyone, Sean gave me an ambitious and beautiful dream that I so wished we could have accomplished, but unfortunately it was mayhaps a bit too ambitious for a couple different reasons. Wouldn't you say, Sean?
Yeah. I mean, it should work.
It should, but it never dawned on me that even So, there's a mod for Metroid Prime to play it in VR, and that is something that child Isaac baby brain wants nothing more
It would be
in
such
his
a good VR
entire
game.
life. It would be one of the best VR games ever made. For fuck's sake, the Wii, it wouldn't even need that much added. The Wiimote port of it is just that good. It would just need to be ported into VR, and it would be the best. Oh hey, see now this is the stuff. Yeah, this is the stuff. You're up, Sean.
Base pirate encrypted data decoded. Log 099923. Thieves has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead. Either killed by the hunter clad in metal, or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates, Orphean, Tiresias, and Vol Paragom were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy, but on restricted feeding schedule due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No sign of pursuit from the hunter.
Bad news, everyone. I'm here.
The hunter has fucking made a sign.
Uh-huh. Buddy, I'm here. And and I'm ready to kick some ass. What do we know about that? What? I love this one because this is a nod to a creature that I feel like they wanted to add to the game from a previous game, but they couldn't quite get it in there. I love this thing. It's one of the jumpy guys.
Yeah.
Specimen Solitary Holdings, Cell 1, Phase on level, unknown status, xenotropic life form unstable. You caution. I love that you get to see. I love how much is like kind of, you know, presented to you as like a get ready for this baby boy. I love how much of this is really getting you in the mindset of what happened here. And this fucking shot, man, is burned into my brain seeing this dissected parasite.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's fucking intense for a game that's only rated T, in my opinion. This is incredibly visceral. Oh wait, I did do the last
This
one.
specimen has been horribly mutated. There are no life readings.
I would hope not. I would hope not, actually. I would actually hope that there would not be any life signs from that.
I don't want to read any life into that.
Uh-huh. I don't want to read, I don't want to breathe. CPR ain't gonna work on that guy. Infusion analysis 10.2. Specimens exhibit incredible strength and body mass increase with most phase on batch 0732. They're doing science, Sean!
Science!
Phase on batch increases the acid production in the saliva ducts of parasite larvae.
They're committing the greatest sin of them all, science!
Their scientists were so preoccupied if they could.
That they didn't stop to think, maybe that we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't? I think one of them probably thought that they shouldn't, and then he got jettisoned out of the fucking, you know...
Yeah, he got sent directly into space. Do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Uh-huh. The space pirates don't fuck around. You're either here for the evil science, or you're out. You're out. In or out.
If
You don't want to be out.
If you can't handle me at my evil science, you don't deserve me at my pirate booty.
Uh-huh. You don't deserve me at my biohazard waste removal may begin in 3 hours.
Everybody loves biohazard waste removal.
Uh-huh. Phase on radiation readings must be reported to deck commander before batch disposal. Upsy-daisy. They did such a good job of making everything in this game. As much as I like the concepts in DCS and I want Star Citizen to get to this level, Metroid Prime just fucking really did it, though. Metroid Prime has so many things to engage and interact with, mainly just with being able to use a scanning mechanic.
Severe internal damage detected.
I think we're about to beat my
What
favorite.
it really reminds me of is actually Unreal.
Yeah, I could see it being, which just means that it's also one step remove, inspired by Mist, Sean.
Yeah.
Zoomer. Hey, these are the Zoomers, guys.
That's where the Zoomers come from.
Yeah, that they do look like that.
I mean, they're very hedgehog. You
Look at
telling me Zoomers don't give Mad Hedgehog dilemma?
Look at the kids these days and don't say that they don't kind of give this vibe. Hey, what can I say? I love Zoomers. Oh, I'm being shot at.
Bladed parasite, native of Talon 4.
Got more creatures. What's in here? Specimen Solitary Holding, 2 phase on level. Toxic status. Hermetic seal holding. Oh hey, we've got a friend.
My
What are you
big boy.
doing? Uh-oh.
Face pirate, a brain hemorrhage detected. Creature's aim will be hindered.
Bro got hit in the head real bad.
You got a concussion, you don't feel so good.
Yeah.
And for somebody who can't aim too well, he's hit you like 5 times.
Yeah. Oh shit, that one ain't. No, that might be why, because his friend doesn't look so fucked up. Oh shit.
Minimal injuries.
Minimal injuries assessed. Use caution. Maximum firepower recommended. You don't say. Well, time to kill the fuck out of this guy.
Power, baby.
Oh shit, he didn't die.
Yeah, he had minimal injuries.
I love the animation in this game. Ah, research! I forgot to scan the Heliorb. Guys, we're definitely going for 100% Sean. I just gotta make sure to get the Ice Shriek bat. That's the one that's the, like, the 100% run killer. The one flaw in this game is you can fuck up a 100% run. It is impossible to soft lock yourself out of it. Because it's stupid.
Acid burns have welded the joints of the exoskeleton.
This one fucked me up when I was a kid, Sean. This log, reading this, fucked me up. I was like, oh my god, that's terrifying. His legs aren't broken, they're fused together.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I think that the knee is just fused into position, so he can't move his legs.
Right, which is, for some reason, more upsetting than just your leg being broken to me. That's like if someone melted your knees off, essentially, to me, and they just congealed back into a rock. That, to me, sounds 1,000 times more painful than just having your leg broken, okay? I think the guy who had both of his fucking legs broken got off fucking easy compared to this guy. This guy's... I always was like, man, that shit was intense. I remember telling my stepdad about that. It was like, there's just some... I don't know why. I was telling him that fucked up morbid thing about how impressed I was, how violent this game could be on the Nintendo GameCube, which is ostensibly a console that's always talked about being a console for babies.
Because it didn't have Halo.
It didn't have Halo, it didn't have Killzone, it didn't have... Well, they did have Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I've never actually played. Ventilation covers. Ventilation covers may become superheated in airflow if airflow is restricted. Unusual thermal readings should be reported to the deck engineer on duty.
Destruction detected in reactor ventilation system. Note that says obstruct. Engineering crew report to thread-lit corridor immediately.
I think they're having some...
O and D look similar in this font.
Ah, see, now you know how dyslexia breaks my brain. See how reading can be hard sometimes, Sean? Security code on auto defense turrets are changed every other lunar cycle. Using improper codes may result in turret activation. Oh, hi. Ow.
Got that.
Ow, you dick. Oh, I needed to scan that.
Access to deck ammo approved.
Oh, look, missile ammo. Missile ammo. Platform is active. I mean, just from a detailed perspective, this might be one of the most detailed games on the GameCube for me. I can't think of a game that's more detailed than it is in a lot of ways. Maybe Wind Waker? Maybe?
Maybe what?
Maybe Wind Waker?
Detailed? I wouldn't say so. Wind Waker's stylized as hell.
Yeah, that's fair.
Death caused by severe laceration to the abdomen.
Ah, dude, look at his gastrointestinal tract. It's right there.
You can look right into his tummy.
Death caused by removal of internal organs. Jesus.
They made it sound so delicate.
Uh-huh. Dude, he was careful on that one. I don't know why that one got such a careful procedure compared to the other guy who was just stabbed a bunch.
It looks like a spherical shape would fit into this lamp.
You don't say, huh? Boy, I will say on a certain sense, though, as much as I love VR, this might make me barf. This would make me barf.
I was very curious how they would handle the morph ball. Alas, we may not know.
We may not know. Yeah, I tried to get it to run. Sean was more successful than me, apparently. I got it to run, but it was bad, man. It was a nightmare to look at. I hurt looking at it.
Yeah, I was able to get into game and like play a little bit. I had some technical difficulties, but it seemed like it would work fine if I give it a little more time to iron out what was going on.
There was so much screen tearing, and models were just the compilers and the polygons were just going fucking bonkers, man. It was a nightmare to look at.
Break that turret.
Auto defense turret. Use missiles to break outer casing. I guess technically you could soft lock yourself here too, because technically you're never gonna see those again. But for some reason it's the Ice Shriek bat I think that gets people, is because you can go back to the place where you meet the Ice Shriek bat, but inexplicably the next time you go there, they're just gone, and they're gone forever, and they never appear again.
Yeah. Well, this is also the very beginning of the game, so if you somehow fucked that up...
Right. That makes sense. Besides, if you're going for 100%, you would be scanning everything in every area, because you would know where the parts of the game are that you're not going to come back to.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with the physics in this game too. I don't know what it is.
Death caused by severe laceration. Subject look has been partially eaten.
Glad that it's specified with that one. So we got sliced up and his head got bitten off. Death caused by acid burns to the face. I also love how really descriptive it actually is. Like, it does specify.
Yeah.
Yeah, this creature looks like it's struggled to get through this door.
I don't know why just seeing dead cracked me up. No shit. Death caused by cranial trauma. And his head caved in. Either his head was caved in or it was smashed against a wall. You think they're doing okay?
I think they just need to sleep it off.
Yeah. Another next closest thing I can think of that gets that like kind of scanner detective mode is probably Batman, but even Batman doesn't even really do that in Arkham Asylum.
Not really.
It's its own different kind of thing. It's similar, but it's still not quite there because there's also just a lot of superfluous information for you to sift through, right? Like, so much of it is just purely optional as well.
I mean, most of it is purely optional in this game as well.
Right. Oh no, I meant in this game, and that's what... Because I can only think of the only times you really go into detective mode is when it's required in Batman.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, and most of the time it's a lot more gimmicky than this. Like, there's a sort of elegance to the simplicity of the scanning system.
I think... I read the last one. You go.
Oh, sorry.
Parasite Queen. Parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means.
Well, we have some idea.
We have an idea.
A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blast of energy from its mouth. A trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the virus has begun bioengineering program with considerable results.
I will say, as a first boss, even though they're a baby, this is an imposing fight.
The Parasite Queen is scary.
Yeah.
The music is intense.
They sound scary, they look scary. God damn. I love this intro. It's so good. It really, what's funny is I probably would have been able to get into games like Deus Ex and System Shock, because very much what I like about those games is how, like, in a certain sense, they have that, like, tactile feeling to it that I got from Metroid Prime, which is absolutely where I got that for the first time in any game. This game just has a very foundational atmosphere for me, man. It is my standard for what makes a game have good atmosphere.
That's valid. You only have 7 minutes. How will you ever make it out in time?
I don't know, Sean. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be a tight one.
Damn, I should have beat this all before I played, so that way I'd be able to play it on the hardest difficulty and show that I'm really good at the video game. Because I'm pretty sure it does give you a really short... Shit. Oh, nit. Got it. Well,
this creature is deceased.
Creature's incubation period was prematurely terminated. Its shell was not yet fully hardened.
I don't think it survived, Sean. Whoa. That actually scared me. Damn it, seal breached. Larva vital signs critical. Secure area and terminate specimen.
Don't you dare terminate me.
They should have planned better. Also, I have no right to complain about tank controls. This game runs on tank controls, and I think it's fine.
Minimal injuries assessed. Maximum firepower recommended.
It is kind of a neg for it to say minimal injuries assessed on this enemy who's actively dying after you shot him.
Well, to be fair, that's probably what it was before he was shot, Sean.
Yeah, but you scanned him after he was shot.
Listen, the game isn't that smart.
It's not a criticism of the game. You are getting negged by your computer, though.
Oh, hey. Space Rat Swarm!
Hey, I love them.
Oh, actually, this is an effect I've always liked. Oh, goopy on my face!
Mm-hmm. See, they're not even harmful. You're at full health.
Yeah, they do not hurt you. How did I not know that? I thought they sort of hell that they did hurt you, at least.
Maybe they do on hard.
Maybe. I like that they jump at you. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not faster. There we go. This is how Metroid sprints. People ask if this is how Metroid crouches, but this is actually how Metroid sprints. People don't know. Ball is more efficient at moving in most cases. Except for those cases. I've always loved...
case.
And this case. That is a problem.
In that case.
In this case, right? You gotta see all the cases. All of the cases where it isn't better. I've always loved the visual effect of the ball when it's like fully straight up with the little, with the light.
You know what it
stream
reminds
coming
me
off
of, since we just played it? It's very reminiscent of some of the visual effects in Solar Ash on Ray.
Oh yeah! I mean, I would not at all be surprised if Solar Ash was inspired at least a little bit visually by Metroid Prime. It's very hard not to believe.
Mm-hmm.
The Soul Crusher cannot be scanned.
So, is this a good time for me to start leveraging complaints about this game?
Sure.
So, I like this game a lot. However, it is not a perfect game.
Absolutely.
And although this intro is cool and good in a lot of ways, I hate it anyway. And here's why.
Wow, you said that and Ridley got mad. Look at him, he left. He broke
He did.
everything.
He's like, I don't have to listen to this.
Not so okay, perfect. Go on.
So, this tutorial goes out of its way to. There's 3 steps to why I don't like this. Basically, it comes down to I've never really been a fan of the whole give the player all of their abilities for the intro and then take them away. I've always
Like
thought
this?
that that's kind of a lazy way to do an intro. But it's not normally a big deal, because normally the way that those kind of intros are designed is it's just sort of like a free-for-all, throw yourself at the enemy and it'll be fine. But this game really explicitly tutorializes all of the mechanics. It goes out of its way to force you to stop and make sure that you know how to use every single tool in Samus's toolkit. Why, when it's just going to turn around and get rid of them all, do I need to learn them all right now? It's like I have to do all the work up front, and then I don't get any of the payoff because you just take it all away.
Yup.
It's very weird, and it's really an off-putting introduction to the game.
Which is
And
fair.
what's worse is that, like, I'll let Ridley do his thing here.
We'll let Ridley do his thing. Dude, he's back. He's pissed that you said that about the game, though. He's like, this intro was amazing. It blew so many children's minds. But I get what you mean. It's more of how they, like, really go out of their way to be like, make sure you do this, like, make sure to do the morph ball, make sure you do that.
Exactly.
And for me, I've always translated it as, like, a teaser of, like, look at the things you will get. But it's totally fair that they really go out of your way to almost tutorialize it when you're not going to see some of it until near the end of the game, even.
Mm-hmm. So this is my second thing I hate about this intro. So we just did this long linear intro, right? Totally valid. You know, it's a tutorial. They're just sort of putting the training wheels on. That's fine. Now we get here. We have this cool sequence where she crash lands on this alien planet. We get the nice juxtaposition from the, like, claustrophobic linear metal corridors to now having this, like, wide open natural landscape. And the game even teases you that there are multiple paths. But there aren't.
Oh,
It's still linear. Even though it gives you the, like, oh, you're in a big wide open natural area now, anything could happen. And there's like paths for you to explore here, but they're all dead ends with nothing in them. So you just have to go down the linear path again anyway. It's very weird to me. This should be where the game starts to open up, and it's not.
Right. I mean, largely the game is overall pretty linear, I would say. It's not, it does not have very much branching on it at all. Hold on, I'm trying to do something. Him? Me? Why are you not? Why is my little L trigger not working? This happened earlier. Happened earlier. Him. I'm trying to do something here. Guys, I'm trying to do something.
He's trying to do some tech.
I am trying to do some tech. I have to do it. Because I'm immediately going to be like, but look, Sean, if you know a very specific exploit, they won't let me do that. Why are you not letting me? Hold on, something's broken. Something's broken. E?
Patched. They fixed it.
Ah! Okay, fixed it.
The exploit's gone.
Now... the hell? Why can't I? That's weird. Should be able to lock on. Like, what the fuck? Should be able to lock on. There's a way to lock on and spin. Okay, here. This is stupid. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm dumb and I'm crazy. We're gonna do this. Yeah. There. What the hell? Now? Something weird's happening. Here, hold on. I think I need to mess with something.
Hmm.
Nothing, Sean. It has nothing to do with... I think it has something to do with the way that it's wanting to click certain things. That's weird that it's working when there's a target. Because you should be able to lock onto nothing if I wanted to. I should be able to. There we go. This is stupid that this is the way I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try to fix it for next time. But, come on. Come on. Come on. I can do it, guys. I can do it, guys. It's been a while. Do it, guys. Boy, this is much...
so shitty.
This is... Come on, you gotta believe me. What the hell? Not being there. God. There's a way to do something. Oh, fuck it, it's going to work. Fine, Sean, I'm sorry. It was something I remember doing. There's a way to do a side jump and be able to get up there, and then the space boots are right there. They're right there. The double jump. You can get the double jump at the beginning of the game if you know how to do some stupid tech that I seemingly can't do right now. That's definitely not working as intended. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't remember it working like that, but...
Creature!
Sack. I don't remember who read last.
Go for it.
Sapsack. Chemical reaction within sac produces violent explosion when agitated. Because of its irresistible odor and sweet nectar, the sapsack was nearly eaten out of existence. The evolution of an explosive chemical sac saved it. Now only brave or indigenous creatures dare to devour it.
Is that how you describe yourself?
Oh. Fucking genius! I can't read, I'm sorry.
Creature! Blast cap. Volatile chemicals within the weed's toxic fungal cap may explode if agitated. The poisonous flesh of the blast cap helps keep it from being eaten. It also detonates its fungal cap when it senses even slight contact.
Yeah, so many, it's so funny. They try to like explain like it as a like an evolutionary or like a biological reason why so many enemies in Metroid just explode on you to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. It's a defense mechanism.
Uh-huh. Dude, doesn't
Phantasy
it?
Star Online 3 is pretty wild.
Uh-huh. It's like foundational to my childhood.
Yeah, this is
Hello,
like
Kirby.
Phantasy Star Online 0. This is Phantasy Star Offline. Not to be confused with the original Phantasy Star series.
Uh-huh. This is specifically
we should
the
play
offline
Phantasy
version.
Star 4 sometime.
I hear it's good. Yeah. Did you play 4 or do you
I had 3. I've always wanted to try 4 though.
Humor anchors itself to walls and other surfaces. Avoid contact with spikes. A basic
Avoid contact with Zoomers.
Uh-huh. A basic nerve center located directly above the zoomer's mandibles detects nutrients. Sharp spines protect it from casual predators, but the lack of a reinforced carapace makes the zoomer vulnerable to any indirect attacks. Just like zoomers in real life. Fuck. Just like zoomers in the real world. Oh, yes.
I like the implication there that those Zoomers don't have like a shell that has spikes. Those spikes are just coming out of their skin.
Uh-huh.
Beetle! Burrowing insect with a resilient carapace, extremely aggressive. Insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rock at high speed. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair.
Started 4 a while ago, but stopped due to other game interferences.
Were you playing Elden Ring? Yeah, that's
More like
that's
Elden
coming up,
Necklace.
more like Elden Bracelet.
Is that what the DLC is called?
Yeah. You've gotta get the Gods. You gotta get the Gods friendship bracelet.
Welcome to Chozo Ruins Where.
I love the inexplicable elevator transportation. That's like one of my favorite weird things about this game that I've never really understood.
Uh-huh. Look, the Chozo were scientifically advanced.
They knew how to make you go horizontally in a vertical elevator shaft. Abnormal seismic activity detected. Seismic disturbance at the ruins site. How do you feel about this, by the way?
What?
The like hint system where it's like, oh, the computer's picked something up. I gotta figure out how to get there.
I kind of like it. I know the equivalent in Zero Mission is kind of controversial, but I don't know. I think it works. I think it especially works here because, like, I think, especially with this being the first 3D Metroid game, they really have to be sure that you understand how to move through the space.
Yes.
And where you're going.
Yes, and they do a good job of contextualizing it clear that it's like just your computer being like, something is here. You'll want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of showing you how to get there. They just show you there's a place to go. Go there.
Something weird is happening.
At the highest point of our city lies the fountain, a wellspring of pure water that flows throughout our civilization. It is the jewel of the Chozo, the life giver, and yet its waters speak of a clouded future. As we come to understand the paths of time and space more clearly, we have begun to glimpse rough tatters of past and future, glittering behind reality. Like soft lights behind a curtain, we have seen the fountain in these glimpses, pouring darkness instead of water. And we cannot get what the visions mean.
I mean, they can't mean anything good, buddy. They can't mean nothing good, I would say.
I'm gonna get a workout doing this game.
I mean...
Trying to do, like, a character voice like that while doing robot voice was interesting.
Yeah, I could tell.
I'm winded. I would say Hollow Knight kind of counts.
I was gonna say, ironically, you've now played more of a Metroid game than a Souls game, though.
Yeah, very much. Should have made sure I did a proper voice warm-up. I really should have. I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
You knew I would stop. You knew I would stop. You know I can't help myself.
I mean, that yes, but what I didn't know is that I would decide to do robot voice because it makes too much sense.
Uh-huh. Ah, research! There's a blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to beam weapons. Explosive weaponry may damage it.
I'm curious, Kirby, is there a particular reason you've avoided Souls-likes? It seems so rare in our current gaming landscape. It
Yeah.
feels like a deliberate decision, and I'm curious why.
It's an interesting...
Souls-likes are okay.
Yeah.
Says Silence.
They're alright. Scrabs!
There is no Elden Ring 2, Silos!
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding.
Liar.
Also, that's the worst one.
Terra,
Scrabs!
exploding parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and walls. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened.
Ah, jeez. The safety of the swarm. All dead.
Same reason you haven't played Minecraft or Skyrim? None. I mean, that's fair.
I tried Skyrim. It wasn't for me. Tried Oblivion. Wasn't for me. E. Really don't even know why. Just couldn't get into them.
I mean, it sort of depends on what you're looking for. I certainly wouldn't play either of them today, but they were interesting back in the day when the idea of having like an expansive, they're like the Ocarina of Time for PC players.
Yeah.
The
And
idea of
Xbox
having like an
players.
expansive, immersive, you know, open world RPG to just like explore was really unique. Even though Morrowind was right there and was better, but it played like a dog's hairy asshole, so.
Ion. Immobile organisms entirely composed of
Aeon.
ocular tissue. It's one big eye.
One big eyeball.
Capable of launching sustained energy beams when active, the ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if a bright flash ignites nearby. Bang.
Throw your flashbang.
I do love this laser effect. I used to think these things were scary as fuck.
They make a loud noise when there's a bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
Just try to save your time for games you're confident you'll like. I mean, that's totally valid.
Good game, Sean. It knows me.
Yeah. Jozo Lord.
We Ozo are departing now, after so many years in peaceful seclusion here on Talonfor. When we came, this place was a refuge for our spirits, a civilization built for native materials, bereft of the trapping of our technology. We were linked to the land here, kindred to the plant and animals, far away from the machines we had become so dependent on. And so we leave it now, pristine, a testament to the mortal form we no longer need. We have drawn the veils of time and space aside, and are withdrawing beyond the illusion. But we will never forget this, the most sacred of our homes, and we will remain ever one.
I love the Chozo.
Good text. Such a good introduction to the Chozo.
Yeah, no, like this game made me go, whoa, the Chozo are cool. I also love that, like, very clear, like, distinction that it's... Because, like, you get this impression that they're, like, kind of a weird, like, maybe, like, biotechnology, but, like, kind of earth tree hugger, but in reality, specifically the ones that came here to get away from a more technologically advanced society, which I think is fascinating.
These are like hippy-dippy Chozos.
Exactly. War Wasp Hive. Primary War Wasp dwelling, only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War Wasps build their homes over existing crevices using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs and glue them into place with adhesives secreted from their abdomens.
Butt glue.
Butt glue. What is it with bugs and butt glue? They're not the only bug with butt glue. Wonder why. It's such a, like, muscle memory thing to be able to just, like, lock on to be able to strafe whenever I want, that it's actually impeding me a little bit, that I can't do it on command for some reason. I don't know why. It's definitely not working as intended.
That went broke, Kirby. They certainly didn't seem to be leaving this place because they couldn't hack it out here. They had much grander plans than finding food.
Listen, they fucking ascended, man. Wouldn't you want to ascend? Wouldn't you want ascension?
Don't you want to become one with the cosmos?
Huh.
Chozos are crafted in honor of Talon's.
That's neat. I never knew that, actually. It's a neat little set detail that I never picked up on.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of the way, I want to scan that.
Get out of here, bugs.
This petrified organic material looks like a rock carved into the shape of an eye. Ew.
Analysis indicates significant amounts of water once present in this location.
Used to be a pool! This was a pool! It was a bathhouse!
Yeah, I was gonna say it's less of a pool and more of just a place to put your feet wet.
Uh-huh. Listen, the Chozo liked to be able to take baths. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, I bet this is literally gonna be... Oh no, it's just called the North Atrium. Never mind. I really thought it was gonna be called the bathroom or something.
This is where they peed.
Uh-huh.
I'd only want to ascend if it meant being able to impose my ascended will on our current plane.
Well, I have good news for you. We won't see them today, but that definitely is a thing in this game.
Yeah, they're certainly imposing their will. That is for sure.
They're terrifying. Chozo ghosts make me shit my pants when I was a kid and a little as an adult. Plasmite, small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to sources of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting, and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened.
Don't threaten it.
They also just do a good job of contextualizing a game mechanic to sound. What?
Scan that grass!
Ah, scan that grass! Oh!
Tangleweed. Plant life with basic sentience. Retracts into ground if threatened. Tangleweeds are only dangerous to small organisms. They are covered in tiny bars designed to trap potential meals. Tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder large life force.
Ah, they grab at your ankles.
Mm-hmm. They go.
Uh-huh. They go, get over here, you're too big.
Big energy.
Big energy. And the water, I cannot.
This is green water. What's so weird about that?
I love this meter on the left. It's a fun meter. Let you know that something in the environment specifically is dangerous. Like a Geiger counter, kind of.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember it existing.
Yeah, I love it. Only this item can be reached by using the elevated bridge.
It's an elevated bridge.
Uh-huh.
Life forms detected within hollows of machine.
Goofy-ass fight. I remember kind of cheesing this fight with the Wiimote because it kind of makes it a little bit too easy.
Isn't this the bees fight?
Yeah, this is the first bees fight. Oh, what am I doing? I need to scan them. Whoa! Ram War Wasps, airborne predator, circles its prey and then strikes. The were-wasps are the only species on Talon 4 to evolve a true hive mind. Nesting in damp, dark places, ram war-wasps emerge in small groups when threatened and circle their enemy at high speeds, disorienting it. Striking it from all sides is a single intelligence. They can fell huge organisms. I believe... I don't actually know. Can I scan? I can't scan that. Okay, never mind. It's... I thought that thing had a thing to scan. I guess not. I'm full of shit.
You are so full of beans.
I'm full of so many goddamn beans. I really thought you had to scan it. Oh, I have to scan that part. That would explain it.
So cool looking.
Yeah, I love him. He's got 2 faces. Well, he's got more like 8 faces.
Uh-huh.
Hive Mecha. Security unit programmed to work with predatory hive dwellers. A design flaw makes shielding on Hive Mecha weaker on their access ports. These units are second-generation combat drones, able to interface with organic units at a higher level. They train, shelter, and work with hive-dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their hive beasts to handle any threats.
Hi, beasts.
Isaac's body is a mean bean machine.
Oh, I put beans in it all the goddamn time.
I ate beans just the other day. Why are we
My
talking
body,
about beans so much?
my body turns beans into digested beans.
Uh-huh.
Do it. Oh, yow.
Yowza.
Owie. It's definitely how you're supposed to do this fight, Sean. It's definitely how you're supposed to do this fight.
Everybody saw that this is what you're supposed to do.
Uh-huh. This is what Edge Magazine told me to do.
Uh-huh.
And we all know that we go to Edge Magazine for good video game tips.
Where else are you meant to go? Where else are you gonna get the edge?
not IGN, that's for damn sure. Isn't Edge Magazine like a cosmopolitan magazine, or is it a gaming magazine? Am I being dumb?
It's gaming.
No. Well, I thought it was a cosmopolitan thing. My reward!
Well, that and the missile.
Well, that too. Well, sure. Well, sure, Sean, but that goes without saying.
My body is a machine that turns Phillip hole screws into perfect circle hole screws. Whoa.
What is your body doing to those screws? What is your body doing?
What
is
is your body?
What has your body done? Oh, that's nothing. For some reason I thought that was a hole for a second. I don't think it is. I've never actually 100%ed this game. Not that we're going to, I never have. Never scanned these. Werewasp!
Wow. Airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel.
That's a real
Why
hard
does it
one.
need venom if it can shear steel?
Yeah. Listen, it's got to be able to get in there, man. Robots, it's hard to get the venom in there.
How are you gonna get the venom in that robot?
They literally
war
live
clock.
with robots, Sean.
But I just, what's the venom gonna do with a robot? I
don't know, maybe gunk up its gears. It obviously isn't gonna do it. It isn't obviously going to
Yeah, they need
envenomate
a glue
them.
butt.
Yeah.
The war wasp rarely strays far from its hive unless it is pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from stinger can incapacitate most all organisms.
See, in reality, the venom isn't even that bad. It's mainly the fact that it can go through fucking metal.
That's what I'm saying. So do you want to hear about my unfortunate outing today?
Yeah, I was curious. You were like, I don't know if you're gonna be free today, and I was like, sure, I can plan on that. What happened?
So, I had plans today to go out to this place in KC that is like a tabletop and board game bar thing, just like a local hangout spot.
Right.
And they have a thing called Mingle Mondays that's just like a chance to go and hang out and meet some people who do stuff there and get a feel for the place and chat. And I had never been to this place before, but I was like, it sounds cool. Like, I want to check it out.
Yeah.
And I did that today, and the place itself is very cool. It seems like a really cool place to hang out. However, the experience I had there was terrible.
Yeah.
So
That
I went
sucks.
in, I sat down at the table that was like for people who were there to mingle, and there were two other guys there, and they were both like weirdly standoffish, first of all.
Oh, God.
One of them said exactly 3 words to me the entire time I was there and spent the whole rest of his time on his phone.
Okay.
The other one, when I got there, was like reading the rule book for some game, which seems legit, right? Like, that's what you would do at a place like this.
Yeah.
So I sat down, I tried to make small talk for a little bit, and that sort of went nowhere. So eventually I got up and like started looking at the collection of games. It's a good collection, it was neat. I went back and sat down, and the dude who had been reading a rule book was like, "So, you find something you want to play?" I was like, "Oh, not really, I was just looking around, but I'm a big fan of Spirit Villain, but I'd kind of like to try something new." I don't know. And he gave me this like offended look, as though I had somehow slighted him by not picking out a game. And I was just like, I don't know, dude. I'm new. I've never been here before.
I'm just vibing. What the hell?
So
So
he
he wasn't-
gets up.
He wasn't mad about Spirit Island. He was mad about you not seemingly wanting to play a game.
Yes, correct. So he gets up and goes and looks over the games himself, and he's gone for like 10 minutes. I don't know what took him so long, but he's gone for a while. I'm just sitting here with Dude B, which Dude B at no point spoke to me again, other than the only words he said to me were to confirm that he's in fact also here for the first time. Just him sitting on his phone and me just like gormlessly looking around the environment, because I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? Just like sitting on my own. And the dude comes back finally. Dude A finally comes back 10 minutes later with fucking Munchkin. The one thing you knew about me is that I like Spirit Island, and the game
Yeah.
you pick out is Munchkin?
I mean,
Like,
Sean,
I'll play it, I guess, but like, what a weird choice.
you pulled a classic me. Well, I don't know what to do. I'll just grab something I think I know I'll like.
So he pulls out Munchkin, and I'm like, okay, like, I don't hate Munchkin. Munchkin's fine, and it's something that we can probably just like chat over while we're doing stuff. And he's like, I'm sorry, is this really important lore that we need to read?
I mean, it's just another
It just says it's a
animal.
burrowing insect.
He's armored, he's got vulnerable, he's got thick cranial face. Got ramming attacks, detects vibrations, Sean!
It detects vibrations.
Expose abdomen, it's dead.
All right. So yeah, he's like setting up Munchkin, and I'm like, okay, I'll play Munchkin if this is like a thing to just keep us occupied while we chat and wait to see if more people will show up. Because that is a thing he said. He was like, yeah, normally there's more people here, and did not elaborate beyond that. So
Like, by now, or there'll be more people?
the way he said it made it sound like by now. It made it seem like he was like, I don't know where everybody's at. But I was like, okay, like we can play some Munchkin or whatever and just like chat while we're waiting for people to get here. That's fine. But he doesn't actually start playing Munchkin. He first looks through every card in the Munchkin deck, one by one.
Okay.
I don't know. I assumed that maybe he was checking to make sure all the cards were there. Not that that really matters that much in Munchkin.
Oh, it's been a while since I played it, but I don't, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a bunch of random stuff. Like, it doesn't... If a couple of cards were missing, you would never notice. So he spends all this time, like, flipping through all the cards, and I'm like, okay, like, once he's verified that it is up to his standards, then we'll play. No, once he had finished looking through all the cards, he set the cards down and picked up the rule book and starts reading the Munchkin rule book. And I'm like, why did you pick out Munchkin if you don't even know how to play Munchkin? Like, it's not a complicated game. I assumed you grabbed it because it was your go-to just like party game for new people. What are we doing here?
How did you know more about Munchkin than he did? You were new here.
Right? So he's just like reading the Munchkin rulebook now, and me and the other new guy are just like sitting there. And this dude A has not given any indication of what he's doing, by the way. He at no point has insinuated that we're actually gonna play Munchkin. That was an assumption I made. But he just kind of sat down and started doing his thing and didn't say a single word.
Oh.
So dude B gets up wordlessly, because Dude B has still not said more than 3 words this whole time. Dude B finally gets off his phone and wordlessly gets up. And I kid you not, he couldn't have been away from the table for more than like 30 seconds, a minute max. He was fast. And comes back with goddamn, I shit you not, Operation. And I was like,
these are the worst nerds I've ever heard of.
Right? I'm like, I can't take this. These 2 people are insufferable, and I'm not gonna sit here and play Operation. Like, I'm not doing this.
It was their plan, Sean. They were weeding you out.
Yeah. So that was the point where I like started to panic because I was like, this is miserable. So I just like looked at my phone and then I was like, oh, I'm sorry, something came up, I have to go.
Well, sorry to hear that. That sucks so bad.
Yeah, it was awful. I do intend to go back because the place itself seemed cool and the dude who worked there was awesome. When I told him that I had plans come up or that something came up and I had to leave, he like refunded me the money I had spent to play, and he gave me a bunch of like free tickets to come in and play without paying next time.
Aww.
So like, right? Like the place is cool, the people who work there are cool. I guess had the worst luck possible with the day I chose to go. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna give it one more shot sometime, but whoa, it was not a good experience.
That's weird though. Were there anybody working there who was like facilitating anything that was going on, or was it just like a free for all?
It's just sort of a free for all. It seemed like.
Gotcha.
It seems like the type of thing where like regulars sort of know what they're doing and what they're here for.
Gotcha. So did you want this Chozo lore? Since
Sure.
you didn't want to read the plated beetle.
Sorry, I didn't want to read your tutorial text for you that you definitely already knew.
That I had already killed the thing.
Uh-huh.
As we struggle with the great poison.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, I hurt myself.
I
I'll
told
talk to you in
you.
a second. I'm gonna make this voice happen, man.
I was like, you were being brave. That
I'm
said,
committed to this character voice.
I love the introduction of the plated beetle. That mini boss fight theme has no reason to slap that hard for such a nothing fight.
Mm-hmm.
This game just goes fucking hard.
Struggle with the great poison. Something stirs at the end.
Nope, my throat is dead. I can't do it anymore.
As we struggle with the great poison, something stirs at the edges of our vision. It is the hatchling Samus. We feel her across the void as she hunts the corrupted. Will our fates again be one? As our pride shatters, will prophecy become real? When all strength wanes from the Chozo, will it be the hatchling fulfills our legacy? Whose sight eludes us, for the poison gnaws at our vision, leaving seers blind and filled with despair. Truth's blessing may
come too late.
I love how much I actually like that. Aside from the one pirate lore you get, the first introduction to like setting lore is all through the diction of the Chozo. I love that. It's such a
pirates. The pirates have like their whole thing that they're doing, but they don't really. I mean, it sort of works. Like, you get the sense that they don't really care about the environment. They're just interested in their experiments. And then you get down onto Talon 4, and you don't even see the pirates again for many hours.
Yeah, you don't see them again, and you really get to you really get to get engrossed in this temple and like get to be able to recount whatever has happened here, and the way that they really give it an alien ruin feel that like is somewhere between like recognizable but still alien. It's really good. Freak bat, territorial ceiling dweller, body temperature peaks at 121 centigrade. I don't know why they're so hot.
That's a hot bat.
That's a hot bat. Shriek bats have high internal temperature, making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they dive bomb anything that wanders near.
121 centigrade, not Celsius. I was like, what the fuck? 121 Celsius is unbelievably hot.
I didn't think about that.
Centigrade.
Centigrade is very different. My favorite! I love these guys!
Reaper Vine! Powerful rock-dwelling tentacle. A single eye upon the Reaper Vine keeps a constant vigil, but its vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage on its tip is honed to lethal sharpness. The Reaper Vine will swing this blade wildly at anything that enters its zone of perception. Who here likes Half-Life?
I mean, I like Half-Life. I want to scan the dangly bit.
Scan that dangle.
I mean, obviously, these guys like Half-Life. How could they not? There we go. It's been activated. Oh, there's a little more. God damn it! I really wanted to scan the weed because the weed is actually something new. Save station detected.
Maybe this is why you're so bad at finding save stations.
Maybe.
Because you were coddled by Prime.
Uh-huh. They told me where they were! I got a computer friend who wants to make sure I don't get lost. I love this room. I love this room. I love the visor effect. God! I wanted it in VR so bad, Sean. That would have looked so cool.
Yeah.
We still need to watch, the movie that apparently the save sound effect is based on. Can't remember what it's called. It takes place in Australia, though.
What are you talking about?
This sound apparently was heavily inspired by a sound effect from a movie about two kids who get lost in Australia after their car crashes and their dad dies. I don't remember what it's called. Can't think of it. It had a direct inspiration to this game, so I feel like I have to see it at some point.
Had a direct inspiration for one sound effect in this game.
And also, the Digi Gaming also mentioned that it also had, like, thematic ties that are very similar that inspired this game. Okay.
I see.
You want me to show my work that hard? Okay. Oh, God damn it. I gotta go find missiles. Bad luck.
All out of bomb.
Not all out of...
Out of long bomb.
Out of long bombs. Gotta go get more of them long bottom bombs. Oh, none in them. I go probably find some boxes, but I really gotta look for.
Yeah, I gotta find some crates.
Favorite thing to look for. Rates.
Mm-hmm.
There were actually boxes over here. Yeah, there are. Hurt my feet. That sound. Oh, it's all health.
For all that damage you did to your feet.
Huh? My measles. My demisels. I don't know if there's a missile thing nearby. Usually these guys get missiles. There we go. I was about to say, I was like, usually the Shriek Bats do it. Shriek Bats do it for me, Sean. Take that out of context.
I think you know damn well what you said. I think you
I've
meant every word of it.
I've already forgotten what I've said. Clearly, even I don't know if the thing I said mattered.
Because it came directly from your spirit, your brain didn't process what you were saying. It was just a truthful statement from your soul.
Uh-huh. Born witness to it, you all were. Give me that tasty, delicious treat. Hey Sean, I think that Solar Ash might have been inspired by Metroid Prime with the way that it signifies where a secret is. Because I do think that's one thing Metroid Prime does pretty well, is signposting its secrets with an effect. I like the noise that the power-ups make when you get near them to let you know that there's a power-up nearby. Fuck out of those mushrooms.
Those mushrooms didn't know what hit them.
I actually get kind of lost in this room sometimes. This one might take me a second.
I seem to remember having a similar thing. I remember being like, what? Did I not get all the runes?
One of them is hidden in a weird spot, if I remember correctly. I can't remember if this is the one that you have to scan the door or not. Now, do you think that the Chozo had these platforms for a very specific reason, the way that they do?
That's just how big their legs were. These are just normal stairs for the Chozo.
What do you think about this big mouth?
I think there's trace sediments that indicate water once flowed there.
Ah. Oh, right. I think I remember where this one is. Underneath, I think? I think it's underneath one of these platforms. Maybe not. I always lose this one.
It's elusive.
This one always hides from me. God.
I mean, it's hidden enough that it clearly has stumped both of us in the past.
Uh-huh.
Given that we both remembered this room being confusing.
Oh, there it is. God, it's camouflaged. There we go. Gimme, gimme.
Gimme a man after midnight.
Is that a song, or are you just quoting something else?
Gimme! You don't know that?
Nope.
I thought you don't like ABBA or BDG? Come on, man.
I mean, I like ABBA, I just... Been a while, man. Can't remember who read last.
We have returned to Talon 4, born here against our will by a...
Well, don't worry about that.
Excuse me, I was speaking. Show
Sorry.
respect for your elders.
I hit the wrong button.
Against our will by a great cataclysm from the reaches of space.
Space!
A meteor. Space! A meteor came casting a dark shadow of debris over the land, violent with its impact. Though we perceived this from beyond space and time, it was but a curiosity, a brief flare in the infinite march of the universe. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth from the land, clawing at life with such violence that we were ripped from our peaceful state and find ourselves wandering as shadows of the mortal form we left behind, searching for why we're here.
Terrifying. Actually terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I love this animation. This makes you feel cool. Simple. It makes me feel cool.
You got Torch Beam.
And now I want, and I was desperately, like, I heard his name at one point in my head when you were doing that, impression, and now I suddenly cannot think of who that impression made me think. Tim Curry. Now I want Tim Curry to play a Chozo.
I mean, I would take Tim Curry in most things.
Yep. I would want to know what anything would sound like as long as voiced by Tim Curry, because at the very least, I think I would love it, no matter what it was. What's a bad casting for Tim Curry?
A bad casting for Tim Curry. God
of War. Kratos.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I think it would make me smile. It'd be funny.
But that game's not supposed to make you smile.
Supposed to make you sad. Or violent. Or violent, depending on the context. Depending on...
It's more so supposed to make you contemplative. It's not to make you morose.
Supposed to make you feel...
It's supposed to make you feel ennui.
Ennui is a sound that you make with your mouth, not a word.
Alright. That's an opinion you can have.
That's not a real word.
I'm sorry, would you prefer me to pronounce it ennui?
Yeah, that sounds more like a word to me. Ennui. Shit! Stumbled. I actually don't think falling is usually that bad in this game. Like, you actually have a really quick vertical, like, movement. I don't know. It does not take you long to get up places, usually.
Yeah. It also doesn't have, like, hugely vertical level design most of the time, so that helps.
Right. And when it does, it definitely was like, well, you weren't getting back up that way anyways, Buster. God damn, this game is just so much my happy place. Feel at ease in the Chozo ruins.
There's peace within the world.
Now you're about to meet one of my favorite boys. Not there. He's right around the corner. John, my favorite boy! Look at him!
Hi! I don't remember this boy.
I love this boy! Do you want to read? I feel like
great.
you... Yeah, I love this guy. Stone Toad!
Stone Toad. Preys on creatures smaller than itself, vulnerable only from within. A stone toad is able to remain still for days. It preys upon creatures smaller than itself, inhaling them whole. Anything it finds undigestible, it regurgitates. Stone toads use their tusks as a last resort in combat.
Yeah, they stay still for days, Sean.
Yeah,
tell.
totally still.
They also, in combat, last resort.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know I could get this close. Oh no! I almost got stuck.
Hug Toad.
Hug Toad. Go hug your toad. Please send me go hug your toad.
Yeah.
Everyone should hug their toad. Always hug your toad. Good boys hug their toad.
The more you keep saying it, the more it makes it sound like a euphemism.
Come on, man. Can't a good boy just hug his good toad? Why, Sean?
You're the one who kept saying it weird, that's all I'm saying.
Ooh, it's my favorite other really silly boss in this part of the game. The Chozo really had a fixation on robot cross wasp defense mechanisms. New creature!
That's not a creature.
Incinerator drone, programmed for high temperature waste disposal. Device, they burn to their poop up. Hexagon is bestagon? I mean, it's a good shape. It's... What's your favorite shape, Sean? Mine's a trapezoid.
I like a triangle.
Yeah.
It's a nice good Dorito shape.
I'm glad we chose two very different triangle foods, but it had to be food. Device schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when internal power core is damaged. It has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blasts compensate for lack of battle prowess. There it goes.
Silas is threatening to educate you.
On what? What do I need education about?
Just an old CGP Grey video.
I don't... Why can't I think of who that is?
Oh, you don't know CGP Grey?
I don't think so.
It's just some old internet for you.
Ah. Want to read about Barbed Wasp?
Barbed War Wasp. Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at its prey. A highly aggressive member of the war wasp family. They're called war wasps. They're all highly aggressive.
Well, this one's particularly aggressive, man.
This insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters.
Whoa!
The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey.
I always... Stuff like that, like... I always... Oh boy. As a kid, I was always like, oh, whoa! I always was like, oh god, if it hits me, they're gonna digest me. That's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Make the jump somehow. Missed. Ow. I do like this fight. I like this fight almost, like, more than the other drone fight. Woo! Got my toes. Got the moves. I honestly do not know if you can jump over that. I have not successfully done it once. Oh, they broke the rule of three, Sean! Bad video game. Hey, I did it. It can be done. Well, that's not what I meant to
Sort
do.
of. It can be done, technically.
Very silly boss. DG Prey still produces stuff? Oh, shit. What are they known for? Like, is there anything that I would definitely know, like, I've definitely seen before, probably? If it's, like, something obvious that's, like, some real primo old internet shit that it's surprising I didn't fucking recognize it.
No, I was never big on CGP Grey. Help me out, Silas, if you've got like a video you think everybody's seen.
what did he do primarily?
Like, sort of educational content.
But like shitposty educational content or actual educational content?
Yes.
Oh.
Nerd content, yeah.
I also blew up our boy. Blew up our boy, I'm sorry.
Our Toad?
Yeah, I had to get in there, man.
I can't believe you. I can't take you anywhere.
Oh. Not right now, computer. Not right now, computer. I do wish there was a way to turn those off separately instead of just opening your map to get rid of them. Energy spike. Yeah, I'm getting there, buddies. Literally where I'm going. Shit. I don't remember. I think there's a frog in here. Not a frog in here.
You're a frog.
Thanks, I guess. I don't know why this has become a thing. I don't mind it, but like apparently frogs are just kind of a universal symbol for like envy and stuff. Which is fine. I like
thing
frogs.
for a while.
Yeah. I like frogs.
Frogs are great.
Frogs are great. Good squishy boys. No thoughts, ever. They don't
They just
need them.
want to yell and eat bug.
Uh-huh. Wouldn't you do the same? Don't you feel the same?
Absolutely.
Don't you feel such carnal desires? Hey. Thank you, game. Still gonna bug me that for some reason I can't I used to remember being able to randomly block. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I swore you could. Maybe
I'm to tell you, bud.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Wii version because that one technically just had twin stick technically.
Yeah, I mean the Wii version has totally different controls. It would be an interesting oversight though if the Wii version of the game introduced an exploit that opened up sequence breaking options that didn't exist in the original.
I mean, I still remember doing it when I was a kid, or maybe I'm having a Mandela effect, but I remember doing it.
A Medela Oblongella.
Uh-huh.
Loser! You're a loser!
Gonna do that on the first try and everything, damn it. Now I look like a damn fool on the internet. Oh, there was one more. So seemingly the rest of the shit cloud didn't hurt, so that's nice at least, I guess. That's a really nice effect. Oh my god, I always thought that that was a 3D visual effect my entire life. That's a JPEG.
Your whole gun is a JPEG.
No, it's not, Sean. That's modeled. But for real, I always thought that that was like a rendered... I thought that was a rendered orb for the power shot. I did not know it was just a fucking picture. That's a flat image, oh my god. Absolutely it is. I think the thing that comes out is a 3D render, but I think the thing when you're like charging isn't. There. Almost. But definitely worth it.
Huh?
Definitely how you're supposed to do it too. Ah, fuck. It's so close.
This missile tank up here isn't gonna know what hit it.
Uh-huh. I need it. Haunting me. I mean, the double bomb jump is some fucking Metroid tech that I would say this game is particularly precise about. I feel like in all the 2D ones, it's just keep just bombing until you get up there, buddy.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of spam the bombs in general in the 2D ones.
Yeah, but in this one they say, no, you can only have 3. Do not break our game, please. Makes me wonder if they tested having more than 3 and it, like, had really bad effects. Like, it broke the frame rate or something, I wonder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's probably too many visual effects on screen or something.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it.
Wow, it really was a missile pack.
Absolutely it was, my dog. Hey man, I'm gonna need lots of those at some point. I'm gonna need tons of those at some point, man. You don't even understand.
Someday.
I'm about to get to my favorite boss in the area here in a second, because he was scary. I love this guy. This guy's dope as shit.
I don't think I've ever played a single-player game twice. That's interesting.
I
don't do it very often anymore. I used to replay comfort games all the time, but I have a hunger for new experiences these days. I also have the money to buy new games a lot more frequently than I used to, which is a big difference maker too.
That's a big thing for me as well. But also, yeah, I mean, like, it's stuff like this that at least allows me to, like, be able to go back and be like, okay, let's go revisit something I haven't played in a long time that I just love. But yeah, no, like, I wished... Like, maybe college was the last time that I really felt like I could consistently replay a game, even if it was a game I had played before, like, semi-recently. That was really the last time I was like, I want to be able to replay a game. So... Venomweed.
Venomweed. Poisonous plant that retreats into the ground if threatened. Venomweeds evolved to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with brightly colored leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venomweeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst.
I don't know why, but detain feels like the wrong word there.
We're just gonna hold you for questioning.
Uh-huh. Toxic behavior. Damn right. Oh god.
Yeah, I used to, when I was a kid, I would replay Diablo 2 and Oblivion just over and over and over again. Which is funny, because I don't particularly like either of those games anymore.
Yeah, this game, Wind Waker, and then on my Game Boy, I replayed the fuck out of, Zero Mission, Metroid Zero Mission. I feel like there was a couple games that I played a lot of, but I never finished. I never finished Mario Superstar Saga. I really want to finish that game. That game is a fucking treat, man. I love that game's sense of style. I never finished Thousand Year Door. Are there any games that you finished that you never finished that you're like, man, I really should have finished that game?
Let's see.
That's always how I feel with a lot of stuff, is like, I played a lot of games, but I never really finished as many of them as I wanted to, even as a kid.
I used to be kind of bad about that, but I made a whole initiative for myself after high school of, like, really committing to finishing games, and sort of broke that habit in myself. I, like, overcorrected and had to reach an equilibrium point where I was like, no, it's okay to put a game down if I just don't want to play it anymore. I just want to make sure I don't forget to come back to a game I was enjoying, which is what I used to do a lot, is play a game once or twice, really like it, and then forget about it and never finish it because I just forgot it.
Yeah.
But that's something I broke the habit of, and so I don't really... Can't think of an example offhand that I still haven't finished that one
Because I definitely feel like I've experienced that too myself, of like being like, I didn't not like enjoy the game. I just got like 80% through it, and then either couldn't beat like the final boss or just got distracted by something else.
It happens. Speaking of finishing games that you didn't know if you were going to, by the way, I finished 9 Souls today.
Oh.
Literally today.
How is it?
It's good. I do think it's my least favorite Red Candle game, but, you know, that's a high bar. I quite enjoyed it. I like the setting. I like some of the stuff that they do with characters. I think there's some characters you specifically are really gonna like. There's a character who deliberately eats poison and makes alcohol.
Good. Flagra. Is it this? Is it him?
Yeah, it's him.
Ah, I knew it. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated fire can daze it for short periods.
But the reason that I said I wasn't sure if I was going to finish 9 Souls is because there are a number of small complaints I have about that game's combat, but in general, it's also just really hard. And there are a couple of bosses that I got kind of stuck on that like tested the boundary of like the line between not enjoying this anymore and how much patience I had to just finish it anyway. And the final boss of that game was hard as fuck. But I did beat it today. I do recommend if you have the stomach for a really hard game. There is an easy mode. I haven't messed around with the easy mode, so I don't really know what it does.
They put an easy mode in a challenging game. What is not a real Dark Souls game? How do you feel about that argument of people who demand an easy mode in Dark Souls?
I mean, I think that they're right.
That's fair.
I think it's silly that FromSoft and certain other developers have been so opposed to the idea. And I think that we have plenty of examples of games that do it well enough that it's unobtrusive and that, like, we don't have to be elitist about our games over here. Like, we can acknowledge that, like, Bloodborne is a cool game with a cool setting, and some people might be interested in that setting who don't want to smash their face into the cleric beast 5 times before they beat it.
Right.
And 5 times is being generous. Like, you know, there are plenty of people who can't play, you know, Sekiro or Elden Ring or whatever else.
Right.
And to be fair, like, FromSoft does always offer options to make the game easier, but the more time passes, the more I'm like, yeah, but those options suck.
Yeah, those options suck, and they're not discrete options. They are, you have to believe that that would make the game easier for you. It's not told that it will make, it's never told to you that it will make the game easier.
Yeah, well, and even with stuff like summoning, like, there's always trade-offs. Like, it can make the game harder to have to be open to being invaded and stuff, and like, it's not, even if the summon allows you to beat the boss, that usually means that you didn't really even fight the boss, the summon did. Like,
Right.
It sucks. It's not a good way to handle it. I'm way past done with that whole thing.
Right.
It was neat in Dark Souls 1 when it was new and when that whole multiplayer system was novel, but it's been 13 years. We can move on.
Yup. It's tough for me in that I like when a game can be challenging but fair to, like, give you a, like, more tactile experience with a game, because when it's done right, it's done really well, but it does mean on some level that you're limiting who can play it at their expense a little bit, and that also
but
sucks.
it doesn't have to be an either or. Like, you can give
Right.
options that allow the people who can't afford to have just then the hardcore experience to play.
Right.
As long as you make it clear which version or like what options are and aren't intended. This is why like Hades' God mode is perfect, because it doesn't change the game in any way, and it still gives you the same fundamental experience, and it's clear that it's not the intended way to play the game. But if you need it, it's right there, and it's unobtrusive, and it isn't a hassle. It's just like, all right, I am now playing the game on assist mode, and will die less, period.
Yeah. And I think
More
for
games need
accessibility's
stuff like that.
Yeah, for accessibility's sake, that's totally fair. Absolutely.
You healed the plant.
I did it. We
By
beat the game,
killing it.
guys. It was that easy.
Yeah, the planet's saved.
Just that easy.
That was the eponymous Talon.
Uh-huh. Well, that was the first one. I gotta do at least 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's 4 of them, because it's only the 4th town. I've got the Zoot Suit back. Back. Apparently I've been very bad about blurring my words again for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I wanted a chalupa the other day, and I called it a chalupa. Not mean to call it a chalupa,
By
guys.
chalupas I defend.
I am the chalupa king. Wow, can I not make that? Fuck.
That can't support your weight.
I might actually have to come back to this to be able to get it. I don't remember. There's a thing here. And I get this early. I can't remember if it was under or if it... I thought it was just on the middle of it. I might actually need the double jump to make that jump, which would be stupid. Yeah, I think I actually need the double jump. Well, oh no, I can't do my shit. Mind. Can't do my exploit. Do I wanna? Ooh. Found a way to not have to fall into the water. That water is weirdly deep. I've never understood why that water is so deep.
You got your loot.
Ah, it's the boy! Bombu!
Pulse Bambu. Life form of raw energy. Periodically releases explosive segments from its body. Pulse Bambus are energy beings, invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them. However, they lack... Oh. Okay.
Go on.
They lack any intelligence beyond an instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Like electricity, which can harm them? That doesn't make any sense.
Uh-huh.
Pulse Bambus produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shed, regardless of who or what may be nearby.
Yeah, you know, kind of like this, Sean. I love that. Here he comes! He just wants to say hi. He likes the energy that I'm... He likes my
he likes
energy.
your vibes.
Yeah. Exactly. Look down enough. I know there's something weird. Nice. Nope.
Whee!
Immediately nope. bad nests. I still think that that Nintendo, we're getting close. If you can find a way, I know the first thing you're gonna do if you ever had to make a virtual console is going to be just gonna make a Virtual Boy, and please port Metroid Prime to it, please. The Oculus, look.
Wow. That's fucked up.
I have one of those on the wall right now.
Are you?
Crawler. Like, yeah, my Oculus hangs on the wall. Well, it's fine. It's a meta.
Oculus?
It's a Quest 2.
I have an Oculus.
You have an Oculus. They technically don't exist anymore.
They don't. It's irrelevant. I like bragging about that as though it's like the superior thing, even though it's way older.
Uh-huh. Wall crawler that generates electric pulses. The Oculus exposes its single eye when active. The electrical field that covers it. The electrical field that covers it is enough to deter most predators. If the Oculus detects anything capable of presenting a real threat, it retreats into its impermeable shell. Its shell. Boy, Sean, you're just getting all of the Chozo lore. I gave that one to you. You're welcome. Shit.
Fucker.
I tricked you.
The world of living things feels strange to us. We who have existed so long on the edges of time and space. It is clear now that we Chozo can never return to our dimension. Not while the great poison reaches even further into the planet. It is so powerful, this creeping evil, that our wills are crumbling, and our mind beginning to fail. And so, before it is too late, we now make our final stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness in our ethereal states. Even when we are done, it may be too late.
Ah, the always ever dreaded that thing. I
12 artifacts?
Yeah,
the poison?
The ever dreaded 12 artifacts you have to get at the end of this game.
Mm-hmm. You've done it. You've played a single player game twice.
Ah, what'd you play? What have you done?
That's what that's in reference to. You've acquired every ship module in Helldivers 2.
Congrats! Love this room. This room got good lore in it. You know, the more that I play this, now having read Speaker for the Dead, for some reason, I don't think there's anything specific, like, that's directly alluded from it, but it's got, like, the same vibe of, like, how the aliens are treated in Speaker for the Dead. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot about, like, trying to understand and empathize with a dead alien species.
Yeah. Our sanctuary grows by the day. Chozo know much of technology, but we have chosen to leave it behind on this journey. Our home here on Talon 4 will be a place of simplicity. Structures hewn from the stone, bridges woven with branches, always caressed by pure waters. We build around the ancient and noble trees, drawing from their strength and giving them our own in return. All that is wild will flow around us here. Our race will be just one more group of creatures, that knit of nature. It is our hope that such a state will bring with it a great wisdom, a greater understanding of the nature of the universe. Once our city here is complete, we will peer inward, discover the truth.
Eyes on the inside.
I also... Get out of here, Rob! I like very much how they really do a good job of being like, they are technically, the Chozo technically here are being less dependent on their technology, but they are still clearly a technologically advanced race that aren't even like, they're wanting to do this for a more like implicit reason, not just because they think their technology is even bad necessarily. I find it a fascinating like kind of look that they're doing it more to try to learn more about the world rather than just be like, technology bad. It's a very like, it's a more humble look on the approach that they're going for. They are definitely hippies though.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that bathroom. We saw that bathhouse.
Hippies love that, famously.
They love... Well, that's fair. I'm sure they love... No, only when it's in a natural spring, bruh.
Yeah, that's fair. Group baths in natural springs, they definitely would be into.
Uh-huh. Well...
I say they as though we're not hippies.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's any things that I want to grab. Listen, man, I gotta do my checklist. I gotta do my checklist, but I'm fast at it. Watch how fast
Gotta check your
I am.
list.
Uh-huh. Watch how fast I'm gonna be at it. I haven't saved in a while, have I?
Not
I feel
recently.
like I haven't. I just have that much confidence, man. Look at me, I've got 3 energy
bit
tanks.
on the butt.
I'm in a big old suit. They don't even hurt me anymore. Hey, look, it's the bathhouse.
Santizik is checking his list.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's gonna. Don't make him check it again.
He'll forget. He'll forget something, and that'll be a damn shame. Wow, game. Fuck you. I'm getting there. Give me a second. There's shit to find. I want the secrets. I require the secrets. I already went in here. I don't know what was in here. The map.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
I don't know why you were singing that, and I don't know why I sang along. Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome. I just have an infectious personality.
Uh-huh. Clearly based on those two guys. I'm like a virus.
A COVID personality.
God. You've heard of a covert personality. How about a COVID personality?
I don't think I have heard of a covert personality, Isaac.
I don't know if I want to explain myself because I don't know if I know what I mean by a covert personality, Sean.
Covert narcissism? Yeah, okay. See, that I can track. That I can parse.
Sure. What are you doing? When did you get back there? Stealthy
Leon is doing crimes.
Oh, he's doing cat crimes. About to do cat time. His foot is stuck on my shirt. Get your foot off my shirt. Let me see. I mean, I'll pass through here again eventually. There's a lot. I mean, I'll definitely be back through here. We don't gotta. There's plenty of stuff on the other end. It's fine. You are infectious, Sean. If it was just me, I would have gone back and gotten all of the things.
You're self-conscious.
Uh-huh. Hey, I think I'm making good time, though. I think I'm making good time. I'm an MLG professional, Metroid man.
Samus is clearly a woman.
Uh-huh. A powerful woman. Did I I've talked about this before. I got made fun of in school for thinking, like, having a crush in elementary school on Samus. I got made fun of that. I always was like, want me to
Yeah, but everybody gets made fun of for any crush they have in elementary school and middle school.
That's fair.
Who doesn't have a crush on Samus? I didn't play a Metroid game until I was like 24, so I didn't.
Yeah? You never had a crush on Samus?
I was married at the time, I'm pretty sure.
That's fair. Wow. Well, you had a crush on Ray.
Sure. I mean, I didn't, but I'm not gonna argue with you on it. 'Cause you're clearly too self-conscious. I didn't have a crush on Ray, I related to Ray.
I don't know what that says about me, that I'm willing to admit that I could have a crush on the things that I relate to.
See, that's the problem, is I hate myself. If I met me in real life, we would not get along.
We would not be friends.
Grisby!
Grisby!
Subvolcanic carrion feeder. Carapace can be breached by missiles. The Grisby's carapace has been fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Its intelligence is limited to instinctive scavenging patterns.
Look at him. Grisby done nothing wrong.
Truly no
Grisby's-
thoughts head empty.
Look at him go.
No thoughts head genuinely literally empty.
Uh-huh. Holy shit,
Whoa.
Grisby! Calm the fuck down, buddy! Grisby almost
You
got me
don't
fucking
stand
killed.
in Grisby's path. Grisby stops for no man or woman.
He does
No
just
man, woman, or
atomize when you
child
shoot
will
him,
stand
though.
in the way of Grisby.
Uh-huh. Grisby will not be stopped, for there is nothing that there's nothing in the world that can stop Grisby.
Grisby fears nothing because he does not have enough intelligence to understand fear.
Burrower, tunneling insect predator. The burrower is similar to the beetle, though it prefers to spend more time underground. It seeks seismic disturbances, then surfaces to attack. It has enough cunning to realize when something is too large for it to handle. Beyond that, it is fairly ignorant. It's fucking these goddamn fucking
many dumb
horoscopes. What it lacks in brains, it makes up for with aggression. Look at these dumbass bugs.
I mean, to be fair, bugs are pretty dumb in real life, too.
Dude, my favorite self-defense creature explanation. I love the puffers. Also, you're about to meet one of my favorite things. I love the Magmors in this game. They're fucking terrifying.
Ooh, an action pose.
Uh-huh.
Magmor, fire-breathing serpent that dwells in lava. Magmors prefer extreme heat zone and are susceptible to frigid attack forms. It's like they navigate the lava currents using their sonar receptor. Magmors have a keen sense of smell, enabling them to pinpoint targets with startling accuracy.
You know, for something that they have to explain is not an eye, this man clearly has, like, 5 eyes.
Yeah. He's gonna shoot the smell right off you, though.
Uh-huh. Well, they're
Crap, whole
good.
point.
They're good. The Metroid games are good. Puffer! Unstable gas-filled organism. Will rupture on contact. Puffers fill their bodies with lethal metaviprium gas and float around in search of food. If ruptured, the gas within the puffer is violently released. Despite their fragile bodies, puffers are aggressive hunters. I've always loved that description. Like, this thing has a mouth? The gas cloud they release upon death is often fatal to the creature that brings them down as well.
By the way, Silos, if you're ever looking, and I don't know if you are or not, But if you're ever looking for an entry point into the Metroid series, I definitely recommend Zero Mission. It's a great starting point.
Zero Mission is a great starting point, followed probably by this or Super Metroid, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this Super Metroid and this are like the crown jewels of the Metroid series.
And by this, I almost mean, like, that's why I'm, like, very curious how you will feel about 2, because I feel like 2 is a partner piece, and they deserve to be judged together. I do think that...
I'll be excited to see 2.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed 1. I don't really know why I never went back for 2.
Well, again, I will say, it does have a dreaded scavenger hunt at the end. That might be worse, I can't remember.
I don't hate the scavenger hunt exactly, like, it doesn't piss me off, it's just boring, so I stopped playing.
Fair. Though, I do think that one has at least enough of a, like... The environment design in 2 is better. I do think there's a lot of really good improvements in the environment design in 2. Like, I like 1 because it's like, they took a Metroid game and perfectly crystallized it into a 3D space. 2 is, now we've made an actually fully alien environment, even in the context of Metroid, in my opinion. That's really how I feel about
my
it.
alley.
Yeah. Triclops! Love Triclops.
Triclops!
Triclops! He is a Pokemon. Hard-shelled creature with powerful jaws. Triclops is a hunter-gatherer.
What does he gather?
Oh no.
I mean, we're about to find out.
Small creatures and bits of foodstuff, then deposits them elsewhere for later consumption.
Sorry, it's a hunter-gatherer, but the thing it gathers is creatures.
The hard tripartite mandibles it uses to move earth and rocks are quite strong and difficult to escape once it's snared. I love Triclops. Dude, Triclops are so dumb. Look at that idiot. He's just gathering. He's just doing what his biological need to gather. What a moron.
You sprayed Dorito juice all over your screen.
Yeah, seemingly. There's just so many little immersive touches that this game goes for that I'm just like, in our time, Sean, why does it not feel like anything has gotten near as close as Metroid Prime does for how genuinely... I wouldn't even say it's simple, though, because that's also what's kind of stand out about Prime, is how very not simple it is.
I mean, there are not very many games that go for this kind of atmospheric experience. And
right.
Not very many games also, if you're specifically talking about the Mask effects, not many games where your character wears a mask.
Right.
You're fucked. He's got you now.
That didn't get fucked. I like that they're hunter-gatherers and they take them to go, you shit. Which really just means they just spit you out where you came from. Get the fuck out of here, you dick. Asshole.
This is my home.
Get out of my house. Get out, you motherfucker.
Dude, this g's got your number.
This has been the same one,
is on
too.
Point.
Shit, fucker. Get out, asshole. I love the Triclops. They're so stupid. They're such little shits. There's also just a ton of personality in this game in a lot of ways. Like, it's not...
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure I saved recently, but that's fine.
You should save at your next opportunity.
Yes, I should. You are correct, Sean. I should do that. I love this room. There's also so much of this game is like, all the rooms feel very distinctive with like, if they do reuse assets, it feels like they're able to make the assets feel distinct where they need to be distinct. Because I'm like, I don't know a room that's like that, but I do remember that room. The level design in Prime is just... man, it's, might I say, Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think you will like the alien race that appears in 2 that you actually interact with, because they are, weirdly enough, in my mind's eye, a race that kind of either remind me of the buggers or the piggies, actually, a little bit.
Huh.
I actually kind of find it... What do you imagine the piggies as? Because I almost imagine them as, like, squat little bug people. I don't know why. Because I don't know what you're supposed to really imagine them as.
It's been long enough that I don't remember quite how I pictured them. I do imagine them as being slightly boar-like, because, you know, that's where they get their name.
Sure. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know, I imagine them as being, like, almost, like, weirdly like Sid from Final Fantasy VII when he turned into the cockroach, kind of like that shape, I don't know?
You mean 9?
Or 9, thank you, my bad. I don't know why I said... the Sid isn't in 7, you're right.
Well, he is in 7. He just doesn't turn into a cockroach.
Oh. I didn't realize that Sid was a reoccurring character, named character, in the sense that his name appears multiple times. That never occurred to me.
He's in basically every game. Same with Biggs and Wedge.
Except for 10. 10 is kind of the exception with all that shit.
They're all 3 in that game.
What?
Yeah.
Boy, that
Biggs and Wedge are pushed far, far, far into the background. They're barely characters at all. I don't know why they didn't make characters on the
Wait, are Biggs...
named Biggs and Wedge. That would make sense if they didn't do that.
Are Biggs and Wedge, are they... God damn it, were they...
I'm almost certain you didn't run into Biggs and Wedge.
Oh my... They're missable. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're not... They are players you can pick up for your blitzball team if you're doing blitzball.
Oh. Yeah. Immersion pistons are leaching power from the magma pools as planned. Geothermal power source is promising. Recommended energy command: deactivate central dynamo and switch to geothermal power at once.
Geothermal power routing. Unstable magma flow is a concern. Remove tower from geothermal grid if fluctuations exceed safety levels.
Wow, they have safety levels. See, the pirates do care, Sean. Local crystal formalization process, low phazon residue. They do have high value to the monks of... They do have... Yeah, I read that right. They do have high value to the monks of Grondhelm, or Grondheim. I don't know if that's an I or an L. However, recommend processing of... Okay, it is Grondheim. However, recommend processing of crystal for that market once phazon operations. I want to know where Grondheim is.
Report any signs of magma predator activity to Security Central at once.
Let us know when those big when those big dragons come out of the goddamn lava. It's scary. That crystal. Shit. I like... What?
Sorry, Milo's been sleeping in my lap this whole stream, and my knees are starting to hate me. Because the way that I sit for him to have lap while I'm in my office chair is I sit with my feet up on the couch. But it does mean that my knees and thighs are just like hanging, and he's sitting on them. Yeah, so after a while it starts to hurt.
That's not comfortable, no. Milo, he needs those legs.
Legs are important for lives.
Legs are important for movement, for stability, for general ability to modal, operant. Yeah.
Welcome to the best zone.
Yeah, I like Phendrana. Personally, I think my favorite might be the Space Pirate mines. The Phazon mines are so fucking cool.
Interesting.
I love
Yeah,
the
for me,
Phazon mines.
Phendrana and the Chozo Ruins are my favorite.
I really like Phendrana, but I think part of the reason why I don't like it is I grew up with a stubborn distaste. I'm gonna call it a stubborn distaste to ice areas, and the only reason why I can think is, oh wow, the game is like, go to the goddamn save point, you monster. Is because there were a couple games where dealing with ice physics always pissed me the fuck off as a kid.
Oh, sure.
Crystallite! Territorial, cold weather scavenger. Shell of a crystallite reflects beam weapons. Can only be cracked by a concussive blast. They hang upside down in an ice cave during their larval state. Moisture runs off its body and forms the hard ice shell, which the crystallite retains for the rest of its life. Now, its life is over. Secrets! Hey, the door directly above has been... I don't know why it was so silly to me that it specifically specified where it was when that's actually really helpful.
Uh-huh.
Like some genuinely useful information the game gave me. Also, clearly, this game was in my big laundry list of games that inspired my interest in animals and biology, and especially alien. I love fictional biology a lot. This game really did a lot to instill that in me, because they really, no matter what, it always felt like they wanted to just flesh out the like actual animals of this game, even if they're ostensibly just enemy obstacles a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Flicker bat.
Scavenger with optical camouflaging that renders it invisible to the naked eye. Flicker bats are deceptive creatures. The only way to track them reliably is with X-ray imaging. They fly ceaselessly, hunting insects and other small prey that float on the air currents. Flicker bats tend to fly in cyclical hunting patterns, using primitive sonar to navigate.
They usually fly in a circle to make sure that they're going in the same pattern, so that way they don't miss anything. Not because they have been programmed to do so.
Uh-huh.
I love them. They're cute. Phendrana Drifts does have, like, a really chill vibe to it, too. I like the music of Phendrana Drifts as well.
It's got great music. It's got some great aesthetics. The temples here are wonderful. I love the whole vibe of, like, a temple up on a hill in a snow, just, like, covered. Like, that's so mystical to me.
Yup. Boy, Sean, I think Solar Ash might have had some inspiration. But no, I totally agree. Like, so much, and I like to, like, designate certain areas to, like, certain sides, though really it is always a combination. Like, you'll always see a little bit of one race somewhere, and then the mixing at times. Like, Phendrana is kind of interesting in that it has maybe the most mixing between, like, Chozo Ruins and the Space Pirates. It's the first time you even see the Space Pirates again, so...
Mm-hmm.
God damn. See, wait, maybe I never even knew that that secret was up there. Holy shit. I don't know if I ever knew that was there.
That's just good level design.
Huh? Ah, my favorite. Scatter bamboo. Pulsing tendrils of energy extend from the creature's body. Like all bamboos, these creatures, hey, sir,
Hey.
leave them alone. Leave the glass goblin alone. What's to eat, Like all bamboos, these creatures can only be harmed by electrical energy. Proximity to these life forms may result in electrical visor interference. Possible to avoid engaging scatter bamboos by rolling into the morph ball and slipping between the rotating energy streams. They also do this, which is fun. I've always loved this. I love that they like freak out.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just go faster. They're just like, "What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it!" They really don't like it when you do that. I did it. I avoided it. So good. Look at me avoid the fucking fires.
You're doing great.
Uh-huh. Alright, time to not miss the Ice Shriek bats before they die. I do love these guys. I love the Sheegoth.
Baby Sheegoth. Glacial Predator. Ice Shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Ice Sheath protects its vulnerable butt.
Uh-huh.
Young Sheegoths grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serves to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby Sheegoths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen corpses.
Yep. I love their design, but that's just because they're just the fucking monsters from Tremors 2. They're just shriekers. They're just dinosaurs a little bit.
Dinosaurs with glass shells.
Uh-huh. With glass assholes.
Well,
I've always seen those as eyes, but I don't think they're supposed to be eyes.
no, certainly.
Will I forget? I think this is actually where the Ice Shriek bats are. See, this one is particularly egregious because you also don't know that they're different shriek bats because they just look like other shriek bats.
Hmm.
They don't even look different. They don't even act different. But they are different. I knew there was something around here, but I don't think I can get to it yet anyways. God. I actually still have not seen how the remake looks. I do need to check it out sometime, because I'm sure it looks... I sure would probably love to see this kind of atmosphere brought to, you know, full HD. I think that probably would be pretty fucking mind-blowing and incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I also would love to see it in full 3D VR scape, but what am I gonna do? I even was gonna try to get, like, you know, the little, you know, the guy to work in the bottom corner, and I told Sean, I was like, which sounds best? Zero Suit Samus, Master Chief, or Doom Guy? I still think Master Chief probably would have been the funniest of those three.
But yeah, Master Chief is a pretty good shout. He got the suit.
Ice Burrower. Burrower adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the Ice Burrower has adapted to the frigid climes of Phendrana. Spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passerbys. Me. Weirdly enough, even though they're just the same exact thing with an ice shell on their back, weirdly enough, that does give them a different, distinct personality in that they aren't so much, like, dumb and aggressive as they are just, like, trying to annoy whatever walks by, so in hopes that it doesn't try to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives it more of a distinct flavor. Boy, this room is always stressful to me. that room. I actually always mix this room up with the other room, I think. Ow. Ass. Why'd you do that, Sean? That was mean. I don't even know why he did that. What did I do?
Rude.
So mean. I was just trying to walk past. I wasn't trying to cause nothing. Ow. Oh yeah! Here, I love this room. I love this ice canyon. Also, can I say, like, just stability-wise, this game is, I think, one of the, like, more complex games on the GameCube, and yet I think it's also one of its best running. Like, they did some fucking video game magic to get this game to work, I think.
I didn't play that many GameCube games, because I didn't own a GameCube, so I don't really know what the performance was like on them things.
Well, I can tell you, Zoid's Battle Legends naturally, its natural frame rate is to tank at any given moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a gut call that Zoid's Battle Legends is not a good baseline for what the average popular GameCube game was like.
Yeah. But I think that at least should say that when it could struggle, it would.
Sure. You could make any machine struggle with bad enough software.
Like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember trying to emulate Rogue Squadron 2 actually, and apparently that game does not play nicely with the emulator, and that game is pretty intense, I would say. It's a surprisingly intense game, to which I should, at some point, I should actually get an ISO for Rogue Squadron 3, because Rogue Squadron 3 would allow us to play both of those games in a row if we wanted to, or at least just two, because for some reason, the way... Come on, game. I don't need to go all the way back there yet. I don't gotta go... I know it's there, guys. I'm not a dumb baby who can't remember what happened literally 30 minutes ago. That distracted me so much. What the hell was I talking about for a second?
We're talking about Rogue Squadron 3.
Oh, to innovate on Rogue Squadron, the way that... Hold on. Why are you being such a jerk right now? You're not allowed back there, Goblin. Rogue Squadron, to innovate and add multiplayer to it, the original Rogue Squadron had co-op, but Rogue Squadron 2 did not. So to add co-op to Rogue Squadron 3, they just made the entirety of Rogue Squadron 2 and Rogue Squadron 3 co-opable.
What? I didn't follow that at all.
The co-op mode of Rogue Squadron 2 of Rogue Squadron 3 is just Rogue Squadron 2. Just the whole game.
It's really weird.
It is really weird. I love it, but it's really weird. Chozo Lord, my favorite.
None know of it in our temple, the cradle. No, sorry. None know if our temple, the cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. How we Chozo can hope for it to remain intact when that which guards thrive in the darkness, growing always stronger. The fate of this world rests with the gathering of artifacts we call the Cipher. But even if it is not all-powerful, but even it is not... I can't read that. But even it is not all-powerful. An enchanted hole made of 12 links. Still, it is finite in its reach, and we who guard it are slowly succumbing.
Talk about his enchanted hole, dude.
Whoa. When our vigilance crumbles away into madness, the cipher will be exposed, and the fate Talon 4 will be beyond our ends.
Not the cipher. Cipher.
Cipher!
Well, son of a bitch. God, you really got me with that one. Awful. Ready? Ready?
Ready.
Well, never mind. Ridley's here. Ruined what I was good. You ruined my 6th stunt, Ridley. You ass. Look at that JPEG go.
Mm-hmm. It's a distorted JPEG.
Or maybe that was, well...
Shadows are just JPEGs on anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright, let me see your stunt.
Hit! I didn't make it.
Cool stunt.
There's a fish.
There was a
I
fish.
think I actually have to go all the way back. I do actually have to go all the way back to... See, I could have cut out this whole part if I would have gotten the space jump at the very beginning of the game, Sean, but now I have to go all the way back. Get it now, I guess.
So what you're telling me is that when the game told you where to go and you were like, I don't have to do that, you actually did have to do that?
I have to do that now that I think about it. I need to go get the space
Unbelievable.
jump.
Inexcusable behavior.
I'm not used to this. I have the space jump by now, Sean, because I can use my special tech. But today I couldn't do my
cheat.
special tech. Yeah, I could cheat. I love stuff like that, okay? I love when a game will let you do that and it doesn't break the game.
Mm-hmm.
What's breaking is cool. I genuinely, if there's one thing I could say, god damn it, I need to scan those. They're technically different. Kidding. One thing I can compliment MOL on, if you've ever wanted a game that feels like a game that is not only sequence break the game, but there is no sequence, the Metroid game. Oh, never mind, they are the same. Shit. Ow, it kind of hurt. Animal Well does not feel like it plays in any meant to sequence. It really feels like a knot of string that you are untying. Like, it's really good for it. And it really wants you to feel like, just go in a direction, bud. Just go that way. I love Hollow Knight, and Hollow Knight has that, but Animal Well absolutely is go in a direction until you hit a wall. But you probably won't hit a wall because it's actually a wall. It's a wall because you just don't want to go that way anymore, and you just want to do something else. It's pretty impressive, actually, for how that game is designed, so I once again, highly recommend Animal Well.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
It's high on my wish list.
I still think Hollow Knight's probably king. Animal Well's pretty goddamn good.
Is it better than Super Metroid?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, actually. For me, I would say so, because I think that
That's high praise.
Super Metroid feels like you kind of have to like fall into the sequence breaking, but there's still a pretty well-guided sequence. Animal Well is very natural in its like directionality, in that you really do feel encouraged to just keep going as far as you can in any direction, and the game will be able to try to accommodate you. Navigational skills are either primarily dependent to an area or make other areas easier to navigate by circumstance, not by requirement. Which is actually kind of dope. I think that's what I want. That is the dream of what I would want out of a Metroidvania game. Is it does not feel like it feels like you're very organically exploring to the 9th degree, not just, well, I hit a wall. Now I have to go turn around and find, you know, I either need to find an item to get through this, or I need to just do something else. That's very much not a feeling in Animal Well that I experienced. I only ever felt it because the puzzle tickled my brain too hard. It's good. Real good.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's high on my wish list. I definitely want to play it. I think in terms of games that are actually extant and not just like futureware, I'll say, it is like, yeah, it's top 5 for me in terms of games that I have on my wish list.
What would you say? What would you say are that top 5? Out of curiosity.
Rumble, that earthbending VR game.
Ah, yes.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Nightmare Reaper, Animal Well, and Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades.
Yeah. God, I really want Rumble and Hot Dogs and Hot Dogs and Hand Grenades. God, it's a HHH, Triple H.
Triple H!
Triple H! Not as cool as Triple X, but nothing's cooler than Triple X, no.
Challenging. You just like it because it's pornography. It's got a pornography name.
What, Triple X or
Yeah.
guns? Well, I guess that's different. Blood flower.
Flower.
Want to read the blood
Able
flower?
to eject toxic spores. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself.
I love that. What?
3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster, and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity.
Or you can do this. Ready to see something... Oh, fuck. Ow. Ready to see something metal as fuck? Fucking the
Vaporized.
The disintegrate effect in this game blew my baby brain apart. I always thought that effect was cool as hell and brutal as shit.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know if you know this, Sean, but this game's pretty cool. I might like it a little bit.
It's still no Forspoken, but I guess it's alright.
Can I think of what Forspoken is? I know what that game is, god damn it.
It's that isekai game that everybody memed on.
Wow, I really was out of the loop on that one. I feel like I definitely heard about it, and it just does not bring a single thought to my brain.
It's the one that has the really annoying, like, obnoxious dialogue. That's trying really hard to be quippy and sassy and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Annoying.
God, I forgot about that game.
So did everyone else.
Uh-huh. It's wild, though. Like, some of the things that are said in that game are just like... People do not talk like this at all, even a little bit. Who wrote this?
Yeah.
Is fuck wild.
You got grabbed.
Goodies, give me the goodies.
Become a save.
Become a save, give the goodies, become a save. Become and save. Alright, it's 11 o'clock.
It is 11 o'clock, and you are at, like, the perfect stopping point.
Yeah, and if I don't stop now, I'll never stop. Know me, I almost played this game on autopilot, and that's not an insult. I just love it that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a comfort game, man. I love the environments, and really, like, I would say I'm even, like, I really am appreciative of, like, how much they were able to actually, like, get environments that feel distinct and characterized and, like, genuinely, like, really lush in a lot of ways, and it all be done on the fucking GameCube. I will say, and I think this is partly because I'm playing through it at the pace of a bullet train, I do not remember these notifications being this aggressive. I always forget how aggressive they are, but I have to admit, I think that is a well-meant fault in that they knew the general age demographic that they were going to have playing this game. So I think it's because they knew that their audience was still going to be on the younger side.
And like I said earlier, like, this is still the first stab at a 3D Metroid, so
Yeah.
I think that it was an open question whether the formula would even work in 3D, you know? Like, 3D navigation can be difficult, and it's harder to conceptualize the map.
My goddamn, did they do just such a good job.
They did so good. And their first try, too.
Uh-huh. I'll be curious to think of what you think their second try, because I will also admit, still
Thumbs up,
pretty...
says Silos. We have Silos' approval.
Still pretty on railroad, that second game. Very similar level design in that you do feel like you're on a track for pretty much at least 3/4 of the game until you have to go on a scavenger hunt.
I don't necessarily mind a Metroid game that has you on a track. It's just a matter of, like, there's a lot of nuance that goes into it. It's really tough to talk about Metroid level design in a vacuum. Like,
Right.
the context of each given game and how it structures its reward systems and how it structures optional content and backtracking and all of that is all so crucial.
Yeah, and I would actually say this game, just based on this, like, I didn't do my exploit. This game, level design, phenomenally well thought through. I was able to get where I needed to go in a generally straightforward manner without having to go backtrack through an entire stage because the level design is actually phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, like, that is a complete compliment, is that, it's almost... God, I'm about to say this. Don't come to my house and punch me. I'm about to say this. It is very similar to the kind of vertical stacking of Dark Souls.
I see what you're getting at. I'll allow it.
It, like, wraps back around on itself
Yeah,
very
yeah,
well.
it's like shortcuts and stuff. I see what you're trying to say.
Like, it does a very good job of doing shortcuts that feel like earned shortcuts because you will have to be passing through these areas again. And thus the actual...
and they're like natural evolutions of the structure of the area.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like it's just sort of giving you the bullet train to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't cheat very often to do it either.
Yup. Magmar
It
Caverns
doesn't feel
is-
like you just straight up fast travel.
Magmar Caverns is kind of a fascinating beast in that it is kind of the fast travel of this game in a certain sense.
Yeah.
All roads lead back to Magmar Caverns.
True.
It is the railway station of Talon 4.
I gotta get you to play Axiom Verge sometime. Maybe that's what we should do after this. There's so many games I want you to play more than Axiom Verge, but as long as we're on a Metroid kick, I feel like that's one that you should experience.
Hey, we gotta at least do 2 first, because I would I would call them 2 games. But yeah, no, I
Sure,
do.
I wasn't saying instead of Metroid 2.
You just really don't want to play Metroid 2, huh? But yeah, no, I love how good that this game is, and I again, it's been long enough since I played 2 that I genuinely do want to know how you respond to it, because I think as far as like in a creative direction, it goes ways that I think you will really enjoy, Sean. It goes some places.
Why don't you marry Metroid Prime?
Cause I'm trying to marry Ace Combat 3, Sean.
Hey, don't blame me, I'm just the messenger.
I'm trying to marry Ace Combat 3, and she's an older woman compared to Ace Combat 5.
True. Man, you went from the daughter to the mother, that's fucked up.
What does that make Metroid Prime?
The
On?
friend. They're not
Friend?
really related.
The neighbor?
Yeah. I don't know if they're even neighbors, because they're on different consoles. The foreign exchange student.
They're on different consoles and, for all intents and purposes, different country development teams, because it was an American company that made fucking Metroid Prime. It was not a Japanese studio. Stacy's Metroid Prime's mom has got it going on. Alright, I'm done stalling, so thank you for joining, everybody. I hope you had a good time and you enjoyed Metroid Prime. I love this game so dear. If you're able to join this live show, thank you for stopping by and chatting and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for going back and rewatching the VOD. Don't know why I had to say that twice.
You know, go on back there.
We appreciate it. If you're out there and you enjoyed this and it's your first time here, I recommend scrolling down below and following or clicking any of the links. There's a link to an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, and a Discord. We post we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to, and just generally come hang out with the rest of the community there. It's a good time on the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community there and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience and we appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free and share it on the internet. Just make sure to also hashtag with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. Also, stick around at the very end. We usually do a bit of a closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires in our chat can keep watching. Just everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows, because it's almost lunchtime for vampires. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone who supports the stream and all of our subscribers. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream, as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you. So we thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple other benefits you could get, you could subscribe directly on Twitch or check out the Patreon page. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. And thank you, Drew Mods, you do a wonderful job holding back the Robot Army, ready to become famous. Thank you, Sean, for joining me for Metroid Prime. I had a good time. I'm sad we couldn't do it in VR, but
Someday
I'll actually get to. God damn it. You'll have housekeeping?
If you enjoyed the stream, then go check out the Metroid Prime Remaster, which is not what this is, but it's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably looks good.
What I've seen of it looks good, but I haven't really looked into it very much, and you know how these things go, especially for a game as atmospheric as this.
I don't know. Was it not just literally done by Retro? I think Retro did it.
I don't know. B, Retro is a very different group of developers than it would have been, 20 years ago.
Retro is a very group of different developers, just how Bungie is a very different group of developers. Just how every fucking gaming
Except Nintendo.
For Nintendo, they're all the same. Them man's gonna die with the goddamn controller in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also check out the rest of our friends, Virtual Boys, Corvus Cryptid, Crowcast TV, Downtown Voice Acting, and Boo XPs. Virtual Boys is James and Arthur, and they were doing co-op games or multiplayer games. Corvus Cryptid is Ren's channel, and they were doing cozy games or spooky games. Crowcast TV is Tara's channel. They are an artist who also does live fan art when they're available. Downtown Voice Acting is Jackson's voice acting channel, where we've done voice acting with him on YouTube and Twitch. UXB's is Aqua's channel. She usually does horror games and multiplayer games. And me. You can find the rest of my stuff on that link tree, such as a bot channel for the Twitch, as well as a YouTube for my own videos, an ArtStation for my art, and a SoundCloud for my music. Go check everybody out. And Goblin Entertainment.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble indeed. We're gonna raid. Let's raid Brad, because he's playing another one of my favorite all-time games of all time. Halo 1 for the first time.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I love hello.
Oh, love, hello. See? Halo is like Metroid Prime's aunt.
They're contemporary with each other, though.
Oh.
They'd
What about
be
their
cousins.
sister? Yeah, that makes more sense. They're step siblings. No, that would imply that there was some kind of marrying between Nintendo and Microsoft.
They're also still on different consoles, so they can't be too closely related.
We're gonna head to Brad. This is the OG Brad Vickers, the original voice actor for Brad Vickers from Resident Evil 3. So stick around for that. He's a good guy. Really say hi for me. Otherwise, have a good evening. Take it easy. Sean, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience?
Don't forget, if you're gonna hunt a Metroid, then by golly, you better not lose your ball.
Sean, when I tried to open it up in VR, it asked me
You lost your ball?
It wanted me to choose a Wii head, and the Wii heads were polygons were just going all over, man. I just didn't. They looked like they were in pain. I was in pain. It looked bad. It looked bad.
You have to
what
put them
I
out of
did.
your misery.
I'm.
Yes, put them out of your misery. You heard that right.